Okay, so where were we? So the last session, we started the last session with with Reverend Cornfield apparently coming back from the dead. Jamie inadvertently turned the group into a set of fugitives, which we briefly discussed already, I think. Vinny and Randall hid the body of Reverend Cornfield, the dead body of Reverend Cornfield, not the body that was walking down the street earlier. So they hid Reverend Cornfield's dead body in a deserted house. The sheriff, meanwhile, is rounding up dissenters and people he believes to be co-conspirators in the now attempted murder of Reverend Cornfield. And he has currently imprisoned Bill Chambon, his daughter Susie, Susie's boyfriend and husband, but also husband of Peggy Shaw, Gregory Shaw, as well as the owner of the Deerhead Saloon and a few of their patrons. Meanwhile, Alfie was trying to plant some seeds of doubt in the mind of one of the deputies, specifically Deputy Paul Suffolk.
Yes.
Let's see, what is this that I've written in very small letters that I can't read? Oh, and I think we're finished.
Please help me. Get me out of here.
We finished with Alfie managing to reclaim everybody's belongings from the Bingham Hotel, amongst which were the eggs, the serpent person eggs, or so the eggs that appeared to have serpent babies in, two of which that were stolen or claimed by Jamie, but also, surprisingly, discovered 3 more in a kind of makeshift nest in Karina's room. And I believe we finished with Alfie confronting everybody with what the hell is going on. Or words to that effect.
Yeah. I think
we're all in the deserted house, which is a mere 20, 30 yards from the Bingham Hotel. Unless anybody's got anything to add, want to add to that, or any questions, because I've got a lot.
We'll do our best to answer them.
Ask away. Ange has all the answers.
Karina broke her arm when she fell out the window.
Oh, she did, yes. Karina's got a broken arm, which is currently very badly splintered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as a splint. Not.
Yeah.
I think I'm literally attached to a twig. I think.
I think it was two. I think Vinny broke some pieces of a fence off.
Oh, it's a fence. Yeah.
You attached to a fence post.
Yeah. Two pieces of picket fence, like badly strapped to your arm. Yes. So the eggs.
Yeah, I'm standing here waiting for an answer to my question.
Which was?
What the fuck is going on?
The police came. The police came to talk to us.
But why did the police come?
Because...
No idea.
Because they were asked to go and check up on Mrs. Okay, what's she? I want to say Lucy, but it's not.
Peggy
Shaw. Yeah.
They were asked to go.
We can bring somebody else in called Lucy if you like.
They were asked to go and check up on Peggy after what happened earlier. So, but obviously now they came straight for us.
Do you think somebody is controlling the police? That's not the Reverend? Is there anybody in town that could be behind this, who also suspects us or who we rubbed the wrong way?
I mean...
No, I think it was because there was a little incident with Peggy and she was left at the side of the road quite injured.
Yeah.
And they found her, and it was reported a couple of hours accidentally later. Yeah, so the suspicion then sort of fell on her. So they already knew she'd been attacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when you say called a little bit later, by who?
I'm just looking.
Well,
at
I was
Jamie.
I was really concerned
Don't
that
look at her in America. You could always plead the fifth.
it was me. I was concerned she'd been badly beaten and left at the side of the road with her snake baby. And in our panic, we ran away. And then time passed because lots of things were occurring, and I kind of forgot about her. And then, because I'm kind and compassionate, I remembered and I thought, she needs rescuing. She can't lay at the side of the road, bleeding out, and the baby will need feeding. So I rang the police, but unfortunately, the police had already found her and were dealing with her and sorting her out. And then obviously wanted to know how I'd seen it and why it took me like nearly 7 hours to report it. Yeah, I messed up.
Did you beat this woman nearly to death?
Oh, I didn't beat a woman to
How
death.
the fuck do you explain these? I say, pointing at the set of eggs that we've got here.
Have you
Right.
put them all together, or are they separate?
I think they'd all be two. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Because obviously mine was.
You find them.
They're in separate
separately,
rooms.
didn't
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But maybe they're separate still at the moment.
So you're saying the eggs are in separate wombs? Hmm.
No, they're all in this room, my friend.
Can somebody clip that?
A womb with a view.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
So the police suspect you because they suspect that you called to get her help 7 hours after the fact in hoping that they will find her dead already and not be able to accuse you.
No, I
But
don't.
because they had already...
No, we won't hurt.
No, I actually
We're not
wanted to.
hushing for dead.
You know, we are hiding. We should talk in hushed tones.
I didn't want. I just wanted. I wanted someone to go and help her. I didn't want her
Yeah.
lying on the road. And I just thought we needed to send, but they'd already found her. And then obviously it was a little bit suspicious that I knew she'd, but I tried to tell them that I just walked by and saw her, and it was hard to explain why I'd just walk off and leave her and then ring 7 hours later. But yeah.
Okay, so
It wasn't me that beat her up, it was Karina. Karina beat her up, don't blame me.
Finger pointing.
Oh.
Ooh.
well, this is Karina, and what did this person do to deserve the thrashing that you gave her?
You
Did
can
you
probably
see
still
that,
see
Charles?
that her knuckles are all bruised and the skin broken.
Like, did you
Yeah,
see
it
the
reminds
child?
me of a time where you stabbed somebody, a friend who was just coming to help you. Did we have another episode, Karina?
No, it wasn't an episode. But did you see the child? Do you see the abomination that she has raised? Like,
Have you
this whole
stopped
situation.
Karina, have you stopped taking your medication?
I am not on medication. I do not need any medication.
I mean, the child was very strange looking and scary, and I wanted to prove it, so I ran the baby outside, showed her the baby, and it sent her a little bit manic for a moment. It was a moment of madness for all of us, I feel.
It's a strange snake child. It was grotesque and unnatural. And
Well, we have the eggs
Things
of
happened.
evidence. Oh, by the way, they need to be kept warm. And I'll go and put a jumper over them.
I'm just looking at them. Are you pulled them out of whose luggage have you pulled them out of?
Everyone knew about mine, didn't they? Because
Yeah.
I
We
showed
did,
everybody.
yeah.
Does anybody think we should get a hen to sit on them? Maybe that might be the best thing for them.
I mean, a big
just-
hen.
We should
They're
make
about
a
that
fire.
big.
Oh wait.
They are
Smoke.
quite big.
Well, but,
Yeah.
all of this discussion now, the police are after us. Are we not more concerned about a naked, resurrected Reverend Cornfield running around with his snake all exposed?
I mean, it is very concerning how he's apparently alive again, but we have to be very careful now.
Carduceus, did they ever bring any of their agents back alive? Maybe we're backing the wrong horse on this one.
I don't think so.
I think we need to get out of town. I don't think we're doing ourselves any favors here right now.
If we do the ritual, they'll just restart the ritual again, and there won't be anybody to disrupt him.
No, yeah, okay.
What's going on here?
Yes. So, right. Do you have the map? Who has the map?
Somebody had the map, however I recall.
I'm going to magically produce the map out of my.
I mean, I just remember drawing
Read
that.
it out.
Yeah, I think
Read it out.
Yeah, I believe Vinny, it was either Vinny or Randall retrieved it from the Reverend Cornfield's house.
I have it here unless Swiper took it. Let me check. Nope, it's here.
Right. So I'm going to unfold this map on a handy, decrepit old table that just happens to be in this room with us.
That's useful.
Yeah. And I'm going to trace my hand down the map to find the place where I encountered the Reverend. Encountered the Reverend when he had miraculously reappeared after dying. And I want to trace a line from that out of town to see if it matches up with any of these marked locations.
Okay, so if you were to trace a more or less straight line from the point where you saw the Reverend entering town, which was the far end of the far end of First, I believe.
Something along those lines.
So he must have come across the railway tracks. But yeah, so if you were to trace a roughly straight line to the east, it does almost line up exactly with one of these points marked on his map.
Okay.
We should go see that mark.
I think you're right.
Let's just make a little fire first. We need to make sure that these are kept warm. I'm just going to get busy.
Because a fire in an abandoned house shouldn't attract any attention at all. Good idea.
None whatsoever.
Oh, no, we'll need to burn the house down. Why do we need to do that? I thought you said there were...
fire, but is it too late for omelets?
You know what? If we collect the eggs and wrap them and bring them with us to this mark, we may be able to use those eggs for some completely non-nefarious purpose, like threatening to crush them if any adversary comes to our mark, threatening us. That might be our ticket out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the only people that know there was eggs is probably Peggy and the Reverend, maybe? They're the only person that knows that.
All the other 8 people that might be at the mark?
Yeah.
And this way we'll know they're safe.
I think...
Or we keep them here and...
No, we don't. We take them with us. Well, we've got them now. What do we do with them? I mean, we either take them with us or we leave them here to die.
Right. I'll start to build a pram.
I'm going to start searching through my luggage for wherever you put the ones out of my room.
Oh, okay. The little nest thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll even point out to you where that stuff is if I see you searching for it.
Yeah, because I'm going with the assumption, because we knew to look in Jamie's stuff for the eggs, so I'm going with the assumption it might have been Jamie's eggs that we were looking at.
Oh, you've just dropped out there, Tony.
I'm just going with the assumption that it might have been Jamie's eggs that we were looking at, because everybody knew, so...
Oh, okay.
Jamie, if you'd like to lend me one of your brassieres, Perhaps I could keep the eggs close to my body by wearing it and keeping it close to my breast.
Just don't take a punch to the chest.
Well, that's a good point. So is Karina looking for these things surreptitiously, or do we see her?
It depends.
Because Alfie knows they exist, right? So
it genuinely depends if you're looking. I'm literally now searching for with Randy saying that we can offer them up or destroy them or get them crushed and anything. Like, I am now searching for these eggs.
I think Alfie will be keeping a close eye on Karina after hearing that he may have beat to death some poor old.
I think Alfie. In which case, Alfie, I think you can make a psychology roll. I think.
Bet you I can't.
You know, Karina, all this talk.
How about
about
you can
eggs-
have a bonus dice though, since you're keeping a beady eye on her, watching her in particular. You can have a bonus dice on that.
I'd like to watch Karina's reaction after I say, you know, Karina, all this talk about eggs, I'm feeling kind of hungry. Maybe a little peckish, even.
Well, we're locked out.
Oh,
of the
look
room
at
now.
that!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wow, okay.
Nice.
So, well, I guess if you were saying that as well, Randall, then you can make a psychology check as well, although without the bonus die. So.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just saying it. I'm not suspecting anything.
No, I just give you like a dirty glance, squint my eyes at you, and just like for a quick second, and then just like, oh well, we can't get any food from anywhere now. We just gotta go for what we're done for now. We might be able to get some at the pub if we're quick.
Or maybe we'll find some game in the desert. I'm a good hunter, you know. Very well known.
I don't think we can go to the pub.
So, Alfie, you notice that there's almost a look. There's a look of panic on Karina's face.
Karina, do you think these eggs are the last of their kind?
They're the only of their kind. That's why we need to keep them safe.
Don't tell him that.
Oh,
But the kind of look, the kind of panic that you might expect to see on the face of a concerned parent who thinks they've lost their child.
Okay.
Wow, she's taking this police thing really bad.
Yeah, so I think once I've found them, it probably will be with my back to everyone, but I'm not like hiding them at the minute because my pure concern was just finding them, and it's literally just ever so gently turn them over, make sure they're okay, that they're nestled in fine, like doing that on them, like checking the temperature as if it's, you know, checking a forehead, and stuff like that, just make sure they're okay. Because I imagine, because it's night, it's going to be quite cold. So the temperature.
It does. The temperature's quite mild at this time of year, but it does on an evening. The temperature does drop quite dramatically compared to the daytime. But you do checking them over. They're warm, but they're not as warm as they were. I mean, they were when you first saw them, they were in that tray of sand underneath a wood burning stove. So obviously they were quite toasty warm underneath there. And while, like I say, they're still warm. In fact, as you hold them, you can feel movement inside. But yeah, the temperature, you suspect that they should maybe be kept warmer than they are. They're definitely losing heat.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm trying to think what I need to do now.
Yeah, it's out of interest because obviously Jamie got the other two, and we've not done anything with them at all.
No, did Jamie not get 3? I think I only got 2.
Yeah, Jamie took 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jamie went and took 2 and then went back for the other one afterwards.
After dropping the baby. After dropping the baby off.
Dropped the baby, then went, oh, hold on a minute, I'll go and get the other egg.
That we're awful, aren't we?
Did she drop it, or was it more of a throw?
I think
A drop kick, I think.
Do you think that as Phil's been describing this situation to him, that you've realised that you're both terrible people?
I
Oh,
placed the baby with its mother.
I already knew I was a terrible person. I have been a terrible person for a long time.
I didn't drop the baby or drop kick the baby. I placed the baby
Hey.
gently on the ground.
On
next
its
mother
dying mother.
that
I
was
have scars.
beaten to death.
Gently on the first, gently on the ground, head first.
She was still breathing when we left. It's fine.
She was still breathing when we left her.
We checked that.
Hey, what?
Pinched her- And then we pinched her eggs.
Oh, we're a delight.
And let's not forget that Peggy did contact the police,
7 hours
saying that
later.
somebody, quite a bit prior to that, saying that some of her children had been stolen.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, well, we didn't know that because
Oh my
Tony's a
God.
I believe some, but at least one of you
did.
was privy to that.
You egg nappers.
No,
Not
I think
sure if that was
she mentioned
Karina.
that she was waiting for the Reverend. She was waiting for somebody. We were trying to just convince her to open the door so we could go in and snatch things.
Yes.
But we
I
were there.
believe-
That's our job. Our job was to come to town to gather evidence about things that were going on, and that is
Yeah.
what we've done.
Jamie gathered plenty of evidence. Well done, Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's got evidence so far. Oh,
Yep.
we did get the Bible.
Yeah.
You have got the Bible.
Yes.
Not
It's
that
kind of
we
a
can
pattern,
actually put any to
theme.
use.
With Angela's character in stealing children.
Complicated.
Oh.
Seems to run through many games.
Oh God, have I done it? Okay, that's
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah. Oh
It's an
dear.
old saying that you
To
won't do.
protect
You'll
them, I'm
never
sure
do
that's what
anything.
it's for.
Of
It's an
course.
old saying that you'll never do anything in a role-playing game that you wouldn't do in real life.
Or still like.
It's an old Chinese proverb.
Ah,
But yeah, I think after feeling it, I will probably attempt to try and make a small fire with what I've got around.
I would say probably when you do that, start looking around. That it is probably maybe there's maybe an old like a wood burning stove in the house. I mean, most of the interiors of these properties have been stripped out, but they've only taken what they could literally carry. They're like kind of strapped a few chairs and some of the most precious belongings onto the back of a truck. But there is still quite a lot of stuff left in these houses. So yeah, there's going to be either a fireplace or a wood burning stove or something like that.
Do you think if we're going to light a fire, we should maybe cover the windows?
So all most properties, the windows have been boarded up to a certain degree.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's getting
useful
late.
for
So
firewood. That's what you mean.
it's getting late. Hopefully, they won't be able to see the smoke. But I'm only going to do a small one, so it warms the room up. If we're going out wandering through the night, we're going to get cold. So when we come back, we can warm up before we decide what to do next. That's
What are
the
we going to do
only reason.
next? Are we going to leave
As
town?
quickly as possible.
The only way to leave
No.
town is by train.
I thought we were investigating these marks.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah.
we could always.
With that psychology
Gain
roll, does
access
that
to
give
the-
me an
Oh.
insight into Karina's state of mind?
Nah.
Well, I would say so. I mean, the fact perhaps most telling is the fact that she seems to be displaying maternal instincts towards.
And I'm sorry, I overspoke you there, Flea. Sorry about that. Carry on, mate.
That's right. No,
Sorry.
it's just saying.
Yeah.
We could always get hold of a car.
I think that's probably the best. Right, so you don't want to leave town yet. You want to find more information. I'm happy to leave town now.
Well,
we
we
haven't
should-
found out what we were sent for, though.
Yeah, we should definitely go check out one of these marks. Where I mean, if the Reverends come back, I think we definitely need to check out where they've been. And what could go on from there.
I mean, we were sent here to find out what the connection is between Reverend Cornfield and Is it this father of serpents? We haven't found any of that out. All we've found is these eggs. Now, we know these serpent people exist. We already know that. That's not what we're here for.
So
We're not here to find evidence.
We're here to find out why they're here.
I know, but there's still something interesting. If Reverend Cornfield was killed and came back, we're not sure if that's a resurrection or replacement. So maybe what we should do is actually kidnap the current Reverend Cornfield. Make sure he stays hidden for a number of days and see if another Reverend comes back. Then we'll know it's not resurrection but duplication.
I'm hopeless at maths.
I'm just wondering if Vinny and
Well, that is
I
fine.
can't remember if Vinny and Randall told us that they'd hidden the body originally.
I think the last session they did mention it
Yes,
because they
we
went
there, didn't
you,
we?
yeah, you went to look at the body and the body was just this
That's
dried.
So yeah, sorry, Jake wouldn't have known that. So
Yeah,
deal
so
was
yeah,
when we went
they
back
all.
to look at the body. It was gone.
Right.
No, it was a dried up husk. So it was vaguely in the shape of a person, but it was just this dried, desiccated husk that, to the point that when you wrapped it, the only the wrappings of the blanket wrapped around it was the only thing that holding it together, and it just basically just collapsed into just a pile of dust.
Okay. So then, yeah, that would be resurrected because of the mottling. Well, at least we don't have to kidnap the Reverend now.
Yeah.
I'm
The sheriff
quite
seems to
mad
be
about
sticking
that, to
to
be
him.
honest.
Yeah, me too. The sheriff seems to be sticking to him quite a lot. So I don't think that's a great move.
So you want to go and check these marks out tonight?
I mean,
I think tonight we want to get out of this place as soon as we can.
we need to get out of town, and if we go check that out, if we find nothing, then I don't know where else we can look for things to find out this proof other than the Bible that we have and what we've seen. But yeah, with running from the police, I think we need to do it and get out of town as quickly as possible.
Stoke the fire up then, and I push my eggs underneath.
What are you
Okay.
doing?
Keeping the eggs warm.
Baking eggs.
Muted, Jake.
Of course, the only time I'm talking where I'm not interrupting somebody, I'm muted. You're gonna hard boil them like that. That's way too close to the fire.
No, that's what Peggy did. They're
No.
underneath her fire.
Yeah, they need heat to be okay.
Really? How do you know that?
Because that's what Peggy was doing.
So
We stole them from under the fire.
Yeah.
Does it matter if they're okay? Because surely if we take these back to, I want to call it Cordicus, damn it. If we take them back to Caduceus, surely they're just going to dissect them.
Well, they might let them actually get birth first before dissecting them, or at least some of them, I would imagine.
I'm watching Karina as Randall says that.
Just utter
I've
disgust
killed
on her
many,
face.
many animals in the past that were then later dissected. The parts that weren't blown away by my high caliber ammunition, of course.
Maybe your high caliber ammunition might be able to put an end to the Reverend.
Say that
You
when
should
you're
try that.
drunk.
No, I think to kill the Reverend properly, we must have to cut off his snake. So clearly, we didn't do that the first time.
We had difficulty finding it, to be honest.
We didn't kill the Reverend last time.
He got shot, didn't he?
He did by
He
somebody
did,
else.
from the back of the
Yeah,
head.
but that's what I mean. And his high caliber bullet should be able to finish the job completely, shouldn't it? If you can blow up animals and blow up endangered.
He had his head blown off and he still came back.
Yes, but it's quite a different thing to kill a human being. You can't come back after that. I mean, if they're
You can try.
just,
You can if you try.
pygmy children from a small tribe, a little consequence. That's not the same thing as killing a human.
Holy shit!
That was not where I was expecting that to go. Oh my god.
Don't worry, we can cut that bit. It's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that out before YouTube.
Honestly, that has been invented.
I was writing notes. What did I miss?
Ah, I've missed you, Jake.
In fact, just
It's fine. It's not going to be the YouTube.
some simple infanticide. Nothing important to the plot.
Well, as everybody's going to be getting ready, I think I'm going to try and I'm going to mess with the fire a little bit and shape it in such a way that I could put the other eggs basically round at the back a little bit away. It's separated from the other two because
they're sort of around the back of the grate, perhaps.
Yeah, they're the ones that they want to give to Caduceus, so they can see them. They're theirs. The other two will be round the back, but in the heat.
And are you doing this? Are you waiting while nobody's present before you're doing this, or just hoping that people are distracted?
Honestly, I think it's probably hoping that people are distracted because at this point, it's just I'm worried. They need to be back in the heat. I can't leave them this much longer. They need to be back in the heat. They need to be cared for, and they're a bit clammy. They're getting cold. They need to be in the heat. Okay.
In which case, I would suggest that you need to make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I would imagine, unless, as far as Alfie is concerned, unless he's turns his attention elsewhere, Alfie will probably see what Karina's doing regardless.
Well, he may, because oblivious Randall will go to Alfie and say, it's also very sad about Billy and Susie and Gregory and Susie's boyfriend and the townspeople that were all arrested. I mean, surely we could gain allies if we were able to free them and hide them. I mean, it's...
in which case, then...
I feel responsible almost that, for these people that I mean, we are agents of Carduceus, or we should be caring for the proper people and not let them rot in some cell because some, snake oil salesman sheriff decides that he likes, reincarnated reverends better than the townfolk he is engaged to protect.
Okay, in which case, I think Alfie needs to make a thought hidden, since Randall distracted him just at the last moment.
Oh,
unintentionally.
Randall!
Wow.
Whoa.
Why are
We actually need the rolls. They're going to be crap.
I guess I'm
ignoring me.
Randall's chatting away to him. Alfie's kind of watching Karina out of the corner of his eye, and when Randall's finished, I just look around him and say, "What?"
It's like his speech went on empty.
About the sheriff and the people in the jail. I feel bad for them. Don't we have some responsibility? They've done nothing wrong. Their townsfolk are being herded into small jail cells in the middle of Bingham, Oklahoma. That can't be good for them.
No, what do you suggest we do then, Randall? We just
prison break.
break into the jail and
is it our fault? Is it us coming here?
That's much better than the idea I had.
Well, that's right. I mean, no, I think we probably are slightly responsible. I don't know Vinny, to be honest, but I tried to get them out. There's so many deputies. The sheriff, he's keeping a close eye on them after what happened. Unless we're gonna go in waving guns around, I don't think we're gonna be able to get anywhere near them.
No, maybe somebody of a female persuasion could be convincing.
Do you know any that are not wanted by the police?
I'm not dressing up.
Maybe they were wanted because they were bad girls.
Can I do a psychology roll and check Randall's mental state?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Alfie does have a point because, I mean, with the current situation, the sort of police are on high alert, but doubly so perhaps because somebody previously clubbed one of the deputies unconscious in the sheriff's office.
Was that me?
We'll say it was you.
If it makes you happy, it can be you.
You know, maybe we find evidence at these places that will be enough to persuade other townsfolk that these townsfolk need to be, set free, and they are not guilty of supposed crimes that are being kind of leveraged against them.
What I want to know is
Perhaps this way, by going to the marks, we'll kill 2 eggs with 1 stone.
Oh.
Sorry. Vinny, you were saying?
no, it's not important.
No,
Right.
Vinny, please go ahead. I apologize.
Shall we head out?
The little trip that the Reverend was taking into the desert, how much has that got to do with what is happening in this town? And should we be thinking about, if it's still going on, maybe getting there before him to find out what's there?
Well, I got a sneaky feeling he's come from there. That's where he's been. When he did his little wander around the desert before, he obviously encountered these things, and there's some connection now with him, between him and them, whoever they are. And one of these locations marked on this map is where we're going to find the answer to what happened to him.
Is that the evidence we need?
I think so. Caduceus wanted us to find out what the connection is between this Reverend and this Yig, the father of serpents, or even if it's the inner knight that are getting involved. And I think at one of these locations we're going to find the answer. This was the road that I found the Reverend on after he miraculously resurrected, and that area there, and I'm pointing at the map with the locations on, is the nearest one of these locations to where he appeared to me. I don't have anything better than that to go on.
I'm putting my coat on.
It'd be worth checking out.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Even if we don't find anything, it'd be worth checking out.
There's got to be something there. It wouldn't be
And
marked on this map otherwise.
And while the sheriff and his men are busy guarding prisoners and searching around town, it might be the only chance we get to go out there.
Yes. Point.
Well.
Right. Let's go.
Okay, so I guess Alfie, you can make an idea roll while you've been studying this map as well.
Ooh.
And Randy, you can make an idea roll as well, actually, because it might be of relevance to for something different. But so Alfie, looking at the map and the scale and the kind of terrain. Oh, okay. It's not your. It's not your usual kind of stomping ground. You're used to remote jungles and things, I guess.
I'm watching Tales.
Makes me laugh. Any role that Randy has to make to do with his skills, he's a rubbish marksman. He's rubbish.
On paper, he's a great marksman.
Well, he could talk the talk.
We just haven't seen it yet.
Every time he's had to roll against any of his skills, he's failed
he's great.
I have to
miserably.
say, Jamie has by far outshot Randy every single combat.
Every single time.
But you see, we aren't seeing him shoot. We're only seeing him roll dice.
That's true.
This is like practical gunplay.
Yeah.
So is that an idea? You know what? Can I have a look at this map as well?
No.
No,
Please,
because it's
I want you to outroll Randy again.
that wasn't. So Randy's role wasn't to do with the map.
Oh.
No. Wasn't to do with
Well,
that. It was something
to be honest, the last species I eradicated, it was quite accidental. You see, I pushed it out of the tree when I was trying to catch it.
For goodness sake.
So Alfie, looking at this map, you would guess it's probably a few hours walk, 4 or 5 hours walk maybe. To this location marked on the map.
What time is it now?
It is nearly 10:30 in the evening.
Oh,
Holy
good time to leave.
moly.
Oh, you got something better to do?
Would it
Sleep,
be worth?
eat.
Would it be worth trying to nick a car?
It's in the desert, isn't it? Is there a
Yeah,
road?
it's all. Yeah, no, it's totally.
The
Yeah,
train's
it's
not-
totally
I
off.
thought so, yeah.
It's a shame. That would have been a good idea, though.
Would it be totally worth trying to nick a horse?
Strangely, you've not seen any.
Might
Snakes have
kick
probably
you
eaten
if
them
you
all.
nick it in the backside.
Even
around with horse-shaped bodies at the moment. With
even down at Bill Schaubaum's, who's he's a blacksmith.
Come on.
oh,
Did I tell
Yeah.
you about the time I hunted that white horse with the horn on its head? Rumored to be the last of its kind.
of course it was.
So wait. Hang on a minute. Aren't unicorns only attracted to virgins?
That's why it was running away.
Several were quite fond of me. They kept coming towards me.
Easy target.
That's what it's about. It's just Randy's purity.
It's liking shooting fish in a barrel.
It's
You
like-
know what? I can't speak anymore.
It's this amazing skill where he attracts animals. He doesn't attract animals by using lures. He just sits there and creates the right pheromone.
That's his
Well, I did eat
So-
beans the night before.
So it looks like we're walking then and not riding in luxury.
Yeah. Well, we got
It
nothing
looks
better.
that way. It looks that
Walking.
way.
We need to get out of
Greatest
town.
way to hunt.
This is a big chance to get away from it all. Let's go.
Let's head out. Let's actually do something to do the story.
If we could. I mean, is there any way of kind of rounding up like supplies, like some water and maybe some food or something? Where could we have we got anything that we could? We haven't.
The snake lady's house.
I'll answer my own
bet
question.
There's stuff there.
Where? Sorry. Where?
The
Vinny?
snake lady's house. I can't remember her name.
Peggy.
What are you
Peggy.
Peggy.
What are you
Peggy.
after?
Without a doubt, there will be food at Peggy's house because, as I say, all her children are either snakes or eggs, and she's in hospital. No one will have eaten it.
Mm.
And Alfie, eggs are absolutely delicious. Very
Very high in
nutritious.
protein.
High in protein. Very healthy.
Is there running
Can be
water
done
in
many
this
different
house?
ways. You can scramble eggs. You can poach them. You can hard boil them.
You can
could
bake
soft
them.
boil them.
You can bake them next to a fire.
You can eggs Benedict them.
Oh,
I'm going to grimace a little bit at the thought because I distinctly remember hearing them crying at one point.
You know, I once found this dinosaur egg, last of its kind. Delicious.
But yeah, sources of food and what water possibly you could find.
Yeah.
I mean, there's water.
right.
But you might be able to get water from some of the. You're probably able to get water from at least one of the houses. These
I'm
abandoned
going to say
houses.
this.
Food is another
this
thing.
town,
Yeah.
is it plumbed or do they use water pumps?
No,
As
it
in
is
hand
plumbed.
crank
It is.
ones?
It is plumbed
Ooh.
generally.
Right, okay.
Curse.
You know, Alfie, there's an ancient hunter's legend about the existence of 3 dragon eggs. That would be interesting to find.
So that psychology role, Phil.
I don't think you need to make it, do you?
Yeah, I think that, yeah. If Randy says that to Alfie, I think that you'll just get a.
The last of its kind, right down to
Okay.
the final mouthful.
And I will be preparing my gear for
night
desert
gonna
hunting.
make sure I've got my revolver and make sure it's fully loaded.
Okay.
I mean, if we have any way to carry water, that'd be great.
I would suspect you might be able to find something. Maybe some like I said, not these houses haven't been like cleaned out. They're not empty. So there's things being left behind. So I suppose there's a good chance you might be able to find some some bottles or something like that.
Okay.
You'd be able to some containers. You could probably get some water in. Like I said, some of
I've
it
got my archaeologist toolkit and satchel, which probably's got a water.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it is
actually
like a
have a
canteen.
water canteen in
Yeah.
my inventory, so yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, the temperature is it's going to be cool anyway. So you're not obviously you're not going to be
And we're not
you're not
going
going to
to
be no.
We hope.
Okay. I
In
think
theory,
that's something. Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay. So, shall we say that you set off? I presume you'll be taking a stealthy exit from town.
I think so. We're fairly close to the edge of town anyway, aren't we? Here, so
You are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
I'll be using my shadow talent, and perhaps to even impress the other players.
Oh,
I doubt it.
I
Are we
doubt.
going to be walking down the street quite normally, and you're going to be rolling behind bins and things? And...
Yes.
Dun, dun,
Oh, there's a barrel.
Please,
There's a
squad
pole.
style.
They're like,
There's an outhouse.
ooh. But
It'll have water in it.
as I've mentioned a few times before, the majority of the town is abandoned.
Mm.
There's only about 20% of the population left.
Yeah, with good reason.
And the outskirts, the desert is slowly encroaching on the outskirts. You've already seen it. Some, so on the very edges, some buildings have almost been completely swallowed by the desert. But anyway, so it is quite. So the upshoot of that, it is quite easy to get out of town unseen if you wish. But if you take, you avoid the more obvious places like stay well clear of the sheriff's office, for instance.
Oh god, yeah.
Which
I
would
would
be
cross the railway track as opposed to.
yeah.
I've
So
got images of walking down the street, and Randy's like blacked out, like stripes on his face, and he's jumping against bins and.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando.
Oh dear.
Falling with much less grace.
So one thing that you do notice almost immediately after exiting the abandoned building, the abandoned home where you've been hiding out, is a glow, an orange glow in the sky over in this direction.
Oh no.
And it soon becomes apparent as you and confirmed when you reach the railway tracks that the Deerhead Saloon is in flames.
Oh no! They're the people that were going against them, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Just by looking, can we tell how long the fire's been going? Like how much it's got to get through?
Yeah, so it's been going for a few hours.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
You probably, I guess it must. You suspect it could. It was probably the fire was probably set when after the sheriff went up there
Yeah.
and arrested the owner.
And set the place on fire.
Yeah,
Oh, that's going to be a heck of an insurance claim.
perhaps in retaliation for the burning of the church. Who knows?
Yeah. Have you noticed that everywhere we go,
There's a fire.
innocent people
Suffer and die.
suffer? Yeah.
We have nothing to
Oh,
do
well,
with this.
moving
They
on.
just send us to these places. Maybe it's Cthulhu.
Well, this is a descent for me, whereas normally everywhere I go, innocent animals and creatures die. This is quite a descent. I'm questioning the company I'm keeping right now.
Bit late, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm muttering under my breath. Me too. And I might shoot a little glance at Karina.
Just you and me, Alfie.
Oh. Vinny, showing his humanity, warms his hands by the fire and walks on.
Wow.
So are you taking the map with you?
I think so. I think we'd need to, wouldn't we? I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know if it's particularly accurate, but
Yeah.
we'll go.
It'll give us a
I mean,
rough idea.
You know, it
of
can't
things
be
we're
an
holding it the
accurate
right way
map
up.
because I didn't see a fire on the Deerhead Saloon on this map. So
That's just because it's out of date.
we got to
That's not-
draw little flames, I think.
Yeah.
And are you taking the Bible? Are you taking the Bible with you, or are you leaving that behind? I mean,
No, I think
presumably.
I would probably drag it. I'm the one who purloined it, perhaps, I think, at
Yeah.
the time. So, yeah, I would probably have that with me.
If,
I expect that
if-
at some critical moment in the game, a bullet will strike exactly the place where I'm holding the...
either that or someone will wait, why have you come here? And you can just like hit them on the head with the Bible.
So aside from that, I presume you're leaving your just general everyday belongings behind your suitcase. I presume.
Well,
Presumably you're not taking.
I mean,
Is there
I think
anything
most
you
of
are
us
taking?
Probably didn't
Well-
take a huge amount of stuff on the trip with us, except
yeah.
for Karina with all of her wardrobe, apparently.
Yeah.
And I think also we
have
would
a
be hiding.
sized suitcase for emergencies because we had no end date. Thank you.
I've got a suitcase full of disguises.
But
Yeah.
you understand, in order
I'm
to
used to
leave no
traveling in
trail,
night. I'm an archaeologist.
we would not keep our bags here. Like, we would hide them, I think. So that it's not obvious that we were
We have
staying
hidden
there
them in a
because
derelict house.
I say,
but
we
yes,
can't-
I
we can't-
understand, but
the
if-
extra.
if,
might
let's
burn
say,
down.
the warmth of a fire were to attract people into the house and they then find our belongings there and then they understand that that's where we're hiding out, they could just wait for us to come back. Whereas if they don't even know that we're there, they'll just keep looking in other places. So
Could we hide
You're
them?
suggesting we put the fire out?
I say, could
I'm
we
suggesting
hide
that
them?
we hide the luggage somewhere nobody would think to look for it, like either in a closet or under a bed.
In the ashes of the saloon.
Wow.
I mean, we'll have to wait for it to finish burning.
At least we won't be told. Who's going to look for us in the middle of a burning building?
I mean, that is true. I can't fault the logic.
That's logic.
So is that something you're doing? Are you like hiding your things before
Yeah,
you
if
set out?
there's an attic
I only
somewhere
really
or
came with a
something,
few
sure.
bits, so
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like a suitcase of disguises. What is it basically? Is it just like a suitcase full of old clothes?
I think it's like a small kind of one of them, like a small Paddington size kind of suitcase that Paddington carry. Yeah, so it's just a small, with little like bits of clothes, odd bits of clothing and everything.
so it's
Maybe makeup
kind of
or
like
something.
an overnight case kind of thing.
Yeah, an overnight
okay.
case, but yeah,
I'll-
makeup, bits of clothes, all false moustaches, that kind of.
Oh, in that case, I'll look it with me because you never know.
Okay, okay.
'Cause
No, and
everything else I'm carrying is wallets.
I would have been considerate enough to pack, only as much as I feel Karina could have carried for me.
I'm just wondering, has Vinny got so many wallets now? It's classed as armor.
I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's got like 11 wallets, a security card, a diner's card.
I
The
mean,
question is, though,
that would cover
out of
your
all those
wallets.
11 wallets, how many of them are snakeskin wallets?
That's a bit of a delicate subject at the moment, isn't it?
I'm
Oh, just a
oblivious. I rolled a
quickie.
91.
just quickly before we left, could I have performed a bit of first aid on Karina's arm?
Yeah, I guess so. That seems
Like it needs
seems
to
reasonable.
like splint it up if we're going.
This is
out.
hilarious because I remember the last time you performed first aid on somebody.
Me too.
Yeah, if Karina submits to that. Jeez.
And again, she shoots. She scores. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Are you really supposed to do that with the knife?
Yeah.
Because Karina would have accepted the help because she's literally got 2 fucking fence posts stuck on her arm.
No,
Like,
Jamie,
this is
damn it.
ruining her
Yeah.
image.
Amputation was not necessary at this point.
Yeah.
Your arm's set really
I didn't
badly.
want to be
I'll have
twins,
read-
Jamie.
I'll have to Crack, wrong arm.
Yeah. So I suspect that perhaps Jamie misjudges the injury, thinking it's merely dislocated instead of broken, and so attempts to pull your arm to like push it back, get it back into its socket.
Whoa,
And there's a
if you listen
sickening.
closely, you can hear the grating noise.
Yeah, there's a sickening crack and grating of bone. I think perhaps even maybe a bit of jagged piece of broken bone maybe pierces the skin, and you would definitely lose at least 1 hit point.
If anything,
Turns out it was broken after all. Sorry.
if anything happens to me, even if it's a paper cut,
Don't
you
let.
could die.
I mean,
And Karina,
Oh my God.
Karina lets out an ear-splitting scream.
oh.
It'll be blood curdling.
I got 48 on that as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, you rolled a fumble, so you can't even push it or spend luck on it.
Yeah. I'm not dreading even looking down at it.
I mean,
It'll
Karina,
be-
I didn't want to say anything, but I think that might leave a mark.
Oh my God.
Which
I think that's going to hurt in the morning.
I
And
think
probably
as
for the rest
well-
of your life.
that's gonna.
Guys,
Yeah.
the noise.
I
We
think
gotta
as
get out
well,
of
we
here.
need to. One of you needs to make a luck roll. I like to tell you, normally group luck roll would be the lowest, but because, like I said, the place is
I think
heavily deserted.
Jamie,
So
Jamie rolls the luck roll. She deserves a chance to redeem herself.
You feel that's a good idea? I will let
Absolutely.
the person with the highest luck in this case, because, like I said, the town is quite deserted. Normally, it would be the lowest.
I've got luck of
65.
47.
65.
I have almost twice that, but I don't want to
51.
fuck this up.
But yeah,
Sorry.
because the town's almost deserted and it is late at night, I will allow the person with the highest luck to make this roll.
I'm 47, so it's not me. Surprise.
No, it's not.
No, 51. I think it's Randy.
65.
Oh, that's better.
Sorry, Flea, you have 91?
65. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Now, the question is, I shouldn't be encouraging this, but my whole thing is based on looks.
It is. It is indeed.
Now, I now have a massive bloody gash in my arm. Am I going to have to roll?
Ooh, a sanity check, you think?
Oh, am I going to have to get my shotgun out?
But she's already batshit crazy. We don't need her anymore.
You've just defaced my arm.
I was trying to help you.
I know,
was
I
trying to
accepted
give you
your help
first
because I
aid.
didn't want the fucking fence posts because they were ugly.
Jamie, it was an arm, not a
An
tail.
arm.
It didn't require amputation.
Yeah.
I will say if you're offering it, if you're throwing it out there, how could I deny it?
It's either a roll or or a bow. I think I don't. It's
After I do step away from her, by the way, because I saw what she did to Peggy.
I think you want to do more than step away. I think you want to be running away very,
Is that
very
step
quickly.
As in the Usain
I am-
Bolt version of walking away, you know.
But yeah, I would say yeah, it's sanity roll.
Jamie,
I mean,
if
Go on,
that
Bud.
was just your way of getting back at Karina for stabbing me, I've long since forgiven her.
I mean, you realise that we do all of this to ourselves every single time.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
I haven't.
Nylaf got really excited. He actually thought we were going to leave the house and go on.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I thought you were actually gonna leave the building.
You
That's
said,
why I just want to leave
The adventure
the
will begin
town and
now.
see what's out there.
we lulled you
23
into a
sessions.
false sense of
There we go.
security.
Always use the term heroes loosely.
yes.
I mean, it's like, don't worry, Phil. I'll bring sanity to the game. I haven't managed to do it yet. I'm sorry. The battle's just too hard. I need to sit down.
I wish I'd forgotten about her arm and we just left and we were now in the desert.
So I think.
What do you mean we? What's
All we
this
have-
we?
If she loses it, all we have to do is beat her unconscious and leave her where the sheriff.
I
will
saw what
find
she
her.
did to Peggy. We ain't beaten her anything unconscious.
Well, I've seen what you did to Peggy and to Randy.
It's amazing how you can beat people from a distance with a 12
Randy was,
gauge. My
was
two of
wrestling
them.
me. He had gold weight. And Vincent, yeah. I don't think I
Randy
purchased
was
it.
wrestling you.
Yeah, he was trying to wrestle me off some guy I was actually just trying to stab.
Somebody else I was trying to murder.
If in doubt, stab it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I failed, so what's that?
So it's not. I'm not going to no sanity loss, but I think we're going to have a bout of madness of some kind.
Oh God, as I said, I have already stated I walked away really quickly.
Yeah.
Vinny starts crying.
It's not going to be red mist again, surely. It can't possibly be that again.
I'm sure.
I'm out of punching range already.
Karina, remember to count your Mississippis. 1 Mississippi. Or is it Oklahomas? 1 Oklahoma.
There we go. I think we're going to have something a bit custom there.
Oh. Okay.
A bit custom.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not quite sure how I feel about a bit custom. What do we call a bit custom?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so as that happens, and
Stay
Jamie
tuned for next week when we find out.
is going away, trying to run away.
I would say it's sorry.
Trying,
Sorry to
I
interrupt.
succeeded.
Sorry just to interrupt. I imagine since Jake was making the roll regarding the screaming, I imagine Jake sort of manages to clamp his hands down. Unless you have another suggestion, clamp his hands down on Karina's mouth to stifle this
Yeah,
scream.
no. I think clamping her mouth is. I probably shove the hand right in to let her bite on something, like shove it in.
Yes, no,
because
I'm out of reaction range,
yeah.
and
Chew on this fish.
Randy's in hitting range.
But don't worry, it's my trigger finger.
I mean, I can't help but wonder if you failed the first aid roll because you were already halfway running away.
Exactly.
She was doing it at arm's reach while leaning backwards.
I wanted to leave the house. I just wanted to help things.
Yes.
So you,
Karina's
My
health at the
definition
minute.
of the word
yeah.
You know,
is different.
every single
too bad,
adventure we start is just Angie wanting to help.
Ironically, Karina's really not that badly injured either overall.
No.
Well, she wasn't before, anyways.
yes, I think
I'm never helping anyone again.
Isn't that what you said the last time you made a first aid roll?
I think so. Yeah.
So what's Karina doing?
And then fumbled, you mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like
I think it's more like if Randy's muffled my scream, it's if they're paying attention, the scream will turn from one of pain to one of probably like anger.
Uh-huh.
oh, God,
Happy thoughts, daisies and ponies. Happy thoughts,
I'm
daisies and ponies.
surreptitiously slipping on my brass knuckles just in case.
And when
Children playing in the field.
when Randy lets me go and uncovers my mouth, I
Butterfly.
just stand still, bracing myself, point my good arm at Jamie, and just shout.
Bluebirds
that-
flying.
No,
over
no,
the
She's
rainbow.
one of them.
No. Think happy thoughts.
Oh.
Bacon and eggs for breakfast. Happy thoughts.
Oh,
She's one of them.
What one of who?
What?
Is that what the police are looking for her?
No, she's a snake. Did you not see it? She's a snake. She's coming here. This is why things are going wrong. It's her. She's infiltrated. She's been infiltrated. Check her face. Get her. Pin her down. Stop her.
We have to pinch her?
Yeah, we've got to do the test.
The test?
my God! I grab hold of her cheeks.
Everybody
No.
should do the test. I think nobody here is above suspicion. And I'm going to grab my cheeks. And, of course, Karina's cheeks are closest.
Well-
I'll grab hers.
Okay, so maybe one of you, maybe Jake, or rather Randall, instantly grabs Jamie's cheeks. But you can't say anything. But of course, you do know that Jamie, in fact, everybody, bar Randall, has been subjected to this hybridization process.
That is the fact.
Mhm.
I just
That is
point
a
back
fact.
and going, you can
We have
talk. You took it willingly.
Jamie in particular is exhibiting the most visible symptoms. A hand
It's hidden.
Yeah.
is it's hidden. Obviously, you've got it hidden. But yeah, you've all seen it. You all know that she's got this
No, I'm gonna take
reptilian
off my
scaled
glove.
hand.
I'm going to take off my glove and point to her going, you're not the only one. You willingly took the
See,
hybrid thing.
As you do this,
Technically-
Jamie, I'm glad you've done that because I've been waiting for you to do that. As you do that, you pull it off and your hand is fully regrown. It is this all the way up to halfway up your forearm is covered in scales.
Shit.
See, technically, I've agreed with everything and gone along with the conversations, but nobody's actually seen what's happened to me.
No, nobody's seen anything.
I think the only person that
you,
genuinely knows
shit,
might be
hold on,
Alfie
hold on.
because he saw me hurt.
Mm.
But I've never outrightly said yes, me too. In that conversation, I was very step back and just, lay it out because it's a shame for me. So I've not shown it. I've not been outwardly acknowledged that
No,
I
you're
have
good.
scales.
That's true.
Well, we're not quite in the Me Too area yet, so it's fine.
But yeah. So you pull your hand off. He's like, just pointing like, "It's proof. You turn. You're against us. You're gonna turn against us."
You took it first. You took the treatment first, so we don't know.
We
probably
didn't have
got
any
stayed-
treatment.
Treatment?
You did at the Caduceus. You all did.
No.
I did.
That's not true.
We received no such treatment. We weren't ill.
Alfie and Karina never received the treatment.
Shit. I take that back.
But
In
they
fact,
were all in the
neither
same
did
hospital.
Neither
Yeah.
did Randall.
No.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just Jamie and Vinny.
Poots, Mom.
Has Vinny got any?
He is showing no visible signs at the moment. No.
Okay.
I think we were told that if you take damage, we can't
Yeah.
I'm not
I think I might have to do a
undressing.
sanity roll then if I see my hand.
Jamie,
Oh.
do you feel we should go to the mark?
To the
I
where?
don't think you need a sanity roll
the
for that
mark.
because
Oh,
you're already.
Yeah, I didn't ignore that. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you're already.
I'm so glad she didn't do that.
It's not something you're unaware of. So it's not. It's maybe relief, if anything, that it's your hand has finally regrown to its not to its former appearance, but to its full size. Because before it was just like this, just like stubs of fingers, wasn't it, growing out?
Yeah.
So, Karina, how long have you known that Jamie is one of them? And how long have you been keeping this from us, and why?
Did you notice? Just then, her the eyelids went the wrong way, and her tongue came out just as she was causing me this pain. Is that what you needed? You needed your snake strength to do this? You planned to do this?
You crazy bitch.
Oh.
Whoa,
We can-
that's. I don't think Jamie would ever talk like that. Maybe she is undergoing a metamorphosis. And I'm gonna watch for your eyes. Do they like close the
I'm
wrong
just
way
gonna
and
stick my
look
tongue out.
oval?
Her eyes
Wrong
open the
with
wrong
my
way.
tongue?
What, sideways?
I saw it.
I'll grab my gun out of my jacket pocket, I think. It's got hanging down by my side, but definitely ready to be used if
Oh my
necessary.
god, I wish I'd never done this. Would have been in the desert.
I know, right?
If only we didn't have to spend a whole episode resolving this now.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, I'm looking at Jamie, waiting to see if her eyelids do.
And so she sticks her tongue out. Her tongue looks perfectly normal. Her eyes.
Alfie knows that Karina's nut, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah, I think Alfie's quite. If anything, Alfie's probably has some serious
Karina.
doubts about Karina.
Okay, Karina, just calm down. Nobody's on their side. We've all been cleared by Caduceus. You obviously are suffering because there's something in your anatomy that whatever help was being rendered to you in first aid, but your body must have not reacted well to it. I've seen Jamie do wonders as nurse-like endeavors on people.
So have I.
Why is it that her procedure harmed you?
She pulled my arm. She pulled it and broke the skin. My beautiful skin, my clear skin is ruined. I'm just there, just like my arms, like.
No, what I was saying before was in jest. I don't think it'll leave a scar.
Let me try and help you again.
No.
Likely, it'll need to be amputated before it has a chance to scar.
No,
that is my
now I'm
personal opinion as a hunter.
Just gonna grab a scarf or something out of a bag, and just be wrapping it around.
Well, you know what? If anybody here is deceiving us in any way, I'm quite certain that heading out to the mark will uncover or unravel.
We'll leave them in the desert.
Whatever plot they have.
Karina, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help you. I really am. I have this horrible hand and I don't know what to do to change it, and I can't do anything. Caduceus made me have that treatment.
Jamie, it's okay.
Have you tried fire?
I mean,
what?
Caduceus only did it to save your life.
I know, and I didn't want it, and I tried to fight it, remember? I tried to fight it and stop it, and now I'm stuck with this, but
you got a hand
maybe if I go and speak to the Reverend, I'll get a new body. And I won't have this horrible hand.
I don't want to be indelicate, Jamie, but maybe we should broach this topic now. In the event that, and I'm going to point to your scales, eventually overcomes you and takes over the rest of your body, what are your final wishes? Do you want to continue your existence as a person of the scale, or would you like another treatment?
Oh, Jake, just a quick thing. You know, like my arm was chopped off, and then they give me this thing.
And it's scaled.
Yeah, and so my new hand's grown, as in scale. But has it gone further up my arm for where I lost my hand, or is it literally grown from the point that way rather than that way?
Yeah, from the point that way. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's not encroaching up my arm as such.
No.
Okay, the question still
Absolutely
stands.
the scale.
Oh God. Okay.
Let's try not to get any of your other limbs chopped off.
I will say that. I'll say, look, it's just from where it chopped off. It's not gone the other way, so I think it's just replaced. And
it's not the entirety of format. It's maybe as your hand is fully regrown. Your forearm was normal, but the hand that was starting to grow is what was covered with scales. And so as that has fully regrown, the scales have grown about halfway up your forearm.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So it is starting to grow up towards me.
It is, but it hasn't grown beyond where it was severed. So it was severed almost at the elbow.
Okay.
Right.
So.
I think we should try to use this to our advantage. If only you can get some sort of cowl to hide the rest of your features, and at a dramatic moment when one of the Reverend or his minions come out, you could point at them and go, "Aha!"
I just put my glove back on. Can we just go?
Yes.
I'm still me, and I'm still part of the team, and I would do anything for this team.
Well, according to Karina, you're one of them.
Well, if she wants to think that, but I still think of you as a friend, Karina, and I just tried to help you, and I'm sorry.
There was a lot of pain. I don't know what I saw, but maybe put a glove back on. Maybe a fresh stroll outside will do us all some good.
Vinny, you and I will walk in the back and watch everybody.
Vinny, Vinny gives him the thumbs up as he loads his shotgun.
Wow.
Well, we don't know what we're going to meet out there in the desert.
No, absolutely.
I've got my gun with me. so-
Coyotes, porcupines, who knows?
Although I do think we already established that Vinny hasn't actually got his shotgun with him.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Let's
Don't
keep our
this.
eyes peeled for little cuddly animals.
I think we did. I think that did come up in conversation in a previous session about light guns.
Ooh.
I'm open. I'm
Then
open. For it.
45 have I still got the
Yeah,
dynamite?
no, yeah, that's I think it was more a case they didn't bring the shotgun because they obviously won't fit in your suitcase. So it'd be
Oh,
more, it would be more
yeah.
obvious.
Of course, right? Yeah. Okay.
He forgot his violin case. I got you.
Handguns, you know, obviously it's different matter.
What about?
What about the dynamite?
I mean, if you wanted to bring some dynamite with you, that's you could have stuffed some dynamite in your pocket.
We
Like I
were
said, the only
concerned
reason-
about the travel on the train. To be honest.
Yeah.
It's like, is that a dynamite in your pocket, or are you super excited to see me? Oh, dynamite. Okay.
I didn't bring my rapier, did I?
No, yeah. So the rapier
I
was
just,
another
I just
thing.
got
Yeah,
my gun. Yeah.
yeah.
Swap the rapier for sword umbrella.
Lord Kane. Okay, so shall we proceed?
Yes.
We should.
If you're trying to
Quickly.
preserve our-
Angie, did you want to make any other rolls before we leave?
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm out the door. I'm not speaking, looking,
Cook
doing
everybody a
anything.
meal, maybe, or
No, I'm doing nothing, absolutely nothing.
okay. So, like I say, you finally exit the building. As you're heading towards, as you almost immediately you see this glow over beyond the railway tracks, and as you're near the railway tracks, you see the burning ruins of the Deer Head Saloon. Passing over the tracks, you leave. You pass beyond the outskirts of town, down the end of First Street, and out like the old tracks out of town, and into the surrounding wilderness, desert beyond. Just have a look at this. Make sure it's the lighting needs to be different. Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, that answers my first question. I was going to say, is it a sandy desert or is it a rocky desert?
Yeah, it's kind of more rocky than sandy. It's it's like I said, there's a lot of sand, a lot of dust. The dust is more being created from like the destruction of the topsoil due to like drought and destructive farming methods. So that it's kind of a sandy material, but it's mainly dirt. But it's kind of a mixture of sand and dirt that's slowly encroaching on the town and covers. That's the source of the dust storms. Okay, so I think you can all give me a spot hidden roll as well as you trek off into the desert. Perhaps thanks to Alfie's study of this map, you're shortly able to pick out a faint trail that leads off into the rocky hills of the. Oh dear! Just a moment.
Rena, look at you.
You might have to. Was that Vinny? You might have to do that again because it's 100% opposed roll for some reason. I must have had your token selected.
Oh,
You know when you do these successful rolls? Does
Oh,
it
wow.
count? Does it count how
Nice.
many you get? Or is it
Wow,
just-
Vinny.
Sorry, say that again.
Looking for all those opportunities.
You know how you get the opportunity to upgrade it? Does it count how many times you actually are successful, or is it just one time and you?
Just one.
No, yeah, just the
Yeah.
once.
Okay.
The once.
That's fine.
And it doesn't make any difference on the level of success as well. An experience check is gained from even if it's a normal success or even a critical success, it's still the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right. So
That's probably the only useful roll I'm going to make all night, just so you know.
it's a good one, though. It's a good one. You needed that. You needed at least a hard success. So that's good. So you walk for hours, picking your way through these rocky ravines and across bleak stretches of desert, of like these ankle, like sort of plowing through like ankle deep layers of drifts of this dust.
Not that I mean
tumbleweeds.
This, but isn't this great rattlesnake country?
It is indeed great rattlesnake country. Yes.
Oh.
In fact, I would say, Vinny, that you perhaps notice one or two rattlesnakes that you perhaps notice. It's just in passing at first. Then you notice them again, one or two.
Are they by any chance watching us?
You get the feeling that they're following you in particular.
Ooh.
I don't know. They seem to be attracted a lot to Karina for some reason. I'm not sure why.
But nobody else sees this. Nobody else notices it. Only Vinny with his hard success.
I got.
Or his rather extreme success, in fact.
I got an extreme success as well.
Oh, you did. Okay. In which case, you perhaps do notice. Yeah, you do. Maybe not to the point that you think they're following Vinny, but you do see like a number of rattlesnakes. You can give me a natural world roll, in fact, as well. Karina.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, maybe like a small group, maybe 2 or 3 rattlesnakes, sort of floating along. Catch sight of them every now and then.
Every now and
again. Not sure if it's the same ones. Every now and again. You're not sure if it's the same ones or just coincidence.
Okay.
But anyway, so like I say, you were trekking across this rocky terrain for 3-4 hours, and eventually start heading out into this just like this flat, bleak landscape where once would have been the pastures and fields that have long since turned to dust through the aggressive farming techniques and the drought. And as you are entering this area, Vinny, you notice there's a trail off to your right, just snaking its way, for want of a better word, up towards a gully, into a gully and towards this outcrop. Nobody else seems to have noticed this as they walk on ahead out into this like sort of desolate plain.
Hey guys, there's a trail back here,
Huh.
and I'll crouch down and try and point it out as it leads towards the outcrop.
Remember, the Reverend was taking his certain special followers out on pilgrimages out into the desert, so likely these places on the map do have important significance.
Is this outcrop near any one of the map and any one of the markings on the map?
It could be, yes. It could be roughly in the location of the place where one of these dots, these marks are on the map. Yeah, it could be. Like I say, the map isn't incredibly accurate. The scale's not incredibly detailed, but it could
Scales.
be.
I mean, we've obviously been following a trail of some kind already, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent. You perhaps lost that and kind of just ended up following these layers through these like gullies and through just generally in the direction of the map.
So this is like the first trail we've come across since losing our
Yes.
way.
Yes, that would be fair to say. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we lost our way a long time ago.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I'm looking across towards the outcrop. Is there anything distinctive features or unusual features?
I can guess you can give me an idea roll. Or a spot, or take a spot, an idea. Oh, well, there we go.
Ooh.
Okay,
Wow.
so if Vinny hadn't pointed this out, there was no, you would never have seen, you would never have noticed it.
Okay.
It's it just by the nature of the landscape, it's really well hidden.
Deliberately hidden?
No, you think it's like I say, it's just like an occurrence in the landscape. It's just because of the way the landscape is. It's
Okay.
unless you know where to look, you wouldn't see this little gully running up towards this outcropping.
Yeah. So I mean, we have this map. We don't. It's not going to be particularly accurate. It's not going to be measured right down to the.
No.
So it's got to be worth checking out. Well spotted, Vinny.
Tip my cap to the man.
Also, Vinny, you notice these rattlesnakes that have been seemingly doggedly following you. They turn and they start to slither off up between the rocks, up towards this outcropping.
I'm sure
You almost suspect, you almost think you hear a whisper at your ear, a feminine whisper that's half heard, half not. And you feel this sudden sense of conviction and determination. You're sure this is relevant.
Yes, let's do this. I could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, well, be following Vinny.
And
Okay.
may it be all your fault.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
I've got no choice.
So you follow this gully and you come eventually to this outcropping, and concealed beneath this outcropping, it looks just shadow at first. I mean, it's dark as it is, but even darker here in this narrow gully. But as you get closer, you can see set back beneath this outcropping is a cave.
Excellent.
And you can see there's been traffic. You can see there's like the sign of recent traffic back and forth to this cave.
You might have found it, Vinny.
Be first. Oh God, have any of us got a light source?
Yes.
A torch with a battery, perhaps.
I believe. Oh, sorry.
Jamie with
Go
a
on.
I think we had this conversation before about my archaeologist kit having a torch or something.
Yeah,
Or a
it's
lantern.
quite reasonable, and I believe we said that would quite reasonable that Randall would have a torch as well.
Because it's like literally the only thing I've got is weapons, a suitcase of
wallet.
disguises, and like 101 wallets.
You could burn the money in it, maybe.
I've got Shapiro's wallet twice.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, poor Shapiro.
That's where the security.
So I've got a
came
torch, which is fitting for the
believe.
era. I'm not sure what it would be, but
No.
from. Yeah, flashlight. Yeah, big
Yeah.
chunky flashlight.
yeah.
Okay, so as you approach, which I presume you're doing, as you approach this cave,
Stealthily, quietly, I think.
there's no light, there's no light, there's sound, and as you get close to it, the sound, even the sound of the wind blowing over the whistling over the terrain drops away, and the sound becomes almost muted. And
When
as
we
you
get-
approach the mouth, as you draw close to the mouth of the cave, a sudden wind blows, gale force wind blows out of the cave mouth,
Ow.
lifting up dust and stones and gravel and pelting into you. Or at least it starts. Randall yelps as he's hit by this sand and gravel that starts cutting. You know, there's like small bits of stone like hit you and start cutting and like draw blood.
Oh my goodness.
The rest of you, meanwhile,
Jamie, look at that. Oh, forget it.
As they say, you feel this wind, but as it comes towards you, see it just parts around you, just mere like maybe an inch from your face.
Magic.
And you don't, even though you have a sense of the wind, you don't feel even the slightest buffet from it. Whereas Jake, Randall, you struggle to, you begin to struggle to even stay on your feet. As this wind, this like gust, this gale force wind threatens to blow you back down the gully.
We should embrace each other as we move forward so that we don't get separated. How are you all handling this wind? It's hard to see. I can't see.
Wait,
is anybody still there?
It's
What wind?
You all right?
I don't feel any wind.
No.
I think you need to get behind us, Randy.
I'm bleeding.
So Randall, as you put your arm up, you feel the sand. It's essentially sandblasted. You're being sandblasted, and you just feel the skin just being stripped away from your arm as you
We
hold it
see
up
that
to protect
happening.
yourself.
My arm hair.
Yes, you can see it happening. Yeah, his skin is just like ripped, and his blood. There's like blood starts to appear. You can see like blood starting to appear on his arm, and
Hey,
Yeah.
I stand in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's both of them jump out. Yeah, I drag him back.
Vinny, that is so brave of you.
okay. So as you stand in front of him, the wind it blows
Anything
around
can
you and still strikes Randall.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
I'm gonna hug him. I'm gonna go like hug him to kind of use him as a shield. Because
Okay, so it probably lessens it a little bit, but even so, it's sort of it blows.
my jacket around him to try and shield him.
Okay. So that will give you some protection.
And
But
Vinny,
you
trust me,
still
this position
lose-
makes me feel far more uncomfortable than it does you.
You still lose 1d3 hit points.
Holy shit.
Holy
As it just
crap.
says, it's just so you lose 3 hit points. As they say, it's just stripping anywhere that's exposed. It's just stripping the skin from your
Ow.
body.
So basically, if we put a sack over his head and pull it down around his feet, he won't be exposed anywhere.
I'm used to doing that.
I'm expecting
I
a
was
tail
wondering
now,
what would
like
happen
Amazonian pygmies.
if we had like Vinny at the front, Randall standing right behind him, and then I reached across Randall's shoulders and touched the shoulders of Vinny in front of me.
Now I'm even more uncomfortable.
And then the three of us shuffled along. Would that actually make any difference?
Wow.
So perhaps it shields. Like I say, it shields a little bit, but the wind it just blows around you around, just almost. I mean, unnaturally so.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have to step out of this thing, unless that when you say
maybe we find shelter in the cave, like you were saying.
Well, that's what I was wondering. You say that 1d3 is that just from him approaching the entrance?
So this is for as long as he will continue to take damage as you as long as you stand in this this wind.
Let's.
In fact, you need to make me either a climb roll or a hard strength roll. I will let you have a bonus dice on it since you are kind of being
Helped by Vinny. Yeah.
yeah. Climb or hard strength.
I am game to try climb because I'm feeling anything but hard right now. Was that funny? Oh, why is it always the innocent hunter who's never hurt anybody before in his life that is subjected to these cruel punishments.
You know,
Do
you said
you-
anybody and not anything.
Do you wish to spend luck or push it in some way if you can justify a push?
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna be pushing it because I have everybody around me, obviously, and it's not working. But I have no other thing, so I'm gonna kind of like to try to grind myself more in towards to
Into
be
Vinny.
exactly.
Okay. Go ahead then. I would say on a fail that perhaps the negative effect may affect Vinny as well.
I am willing to accept that sacrifice.
I've got to be quite honest. I'm not sure if I am.
Do you have to enable the push for me, or do I just roll again? Sorry.
If you click on the card
got it,
in the
yeah.
chat, it will expand. Yeah, there we go.
I think Randall has mistaken your.
Oh dear.
Even worse.
Oh dear. So there's a sudden, as you begin to lose your footing, and there's a sudden increase in the strength of the wind, and it just lifts you off your feet, and Vinny, and you're just like thrown back down this gully.
Wow.
Vinny puppy.
Well, that could have gone either way, as could have I. That's. Oh, Vinny, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have held you like that. Let's never talk about this again. But why do you suppose?
Down and blushes slightly.
So you're not blown as far because Vinny gives you some way to, but you both take
expect that.
6 points of damage as you go crashing into the rocks.
Damage.
Oh, it's a good thing this is Pulp. All right.
No, thank God we've got Ken here to do first aid on you.
No, it's only a flesh wound. It's only hanging off. It's no problem.
And all this happens in just seconds.
Okay.
Why
So
do
this
you
wind
think-
hits you, starts
all right.
like peeling the flesh from the skin from Randall, and then suddenly they're just blown straight off the feet and hurled back down this gully.
Vinny, why do you think that happened to both of us?
I have no idea.
My God, let's get back to the others quickly and see if anybody else is being affected by this.
Oh yeah. Talking of which, none of you, like I say, you see all this, but you don't.
Yeah.
You don't feel anything.
Surprised at that.
Only you and I were affected. I'm saying this as we're going up. Maybe all the others are a part of this now.
Vinny.
Like, why did it target only you and me?
I don't know. I think we better keep our eyes open.
I think so too.
Okay, so what's the
I'll
rest of
head
you
up
doing?
cautiously. And I'm going to try to sneak. Like, I want to be hidden as I'm taking the approach back up.
Okay.
I will have made my way over to help them up, I think. That would have been the first
Okay.
thing.
So as you and what about Jamie and Karina?
Not sure what I would do. It's just
Laugh.
so.
Yeah, you're
Laugh.
kind and compassionate.
I would
laugh.
run over and
laugh.
try and give Randy some first aid.
Oh,
No.
She's trying to kill you.
I would run over and try and make sure they're okay. I'm
Yeah.
kind of compassionate. I would try and mend them.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So as you move away from the immediate vicinity of the cave mouth, the wind just suddenly drops.
I think I would probably move away, notice that, and then just be like stuck at that point. Like, basically just like move my hand in, trying to move it into the wind and just watching it, like, move around and just like, just being really weirded out.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I say, it just blows. It never actually touches you. So it's always like just like just maybe an inch away from you all the time. But like I said, when you move away from the immediate vicinity of the cave mouth, the wind just drops as well. Gone.
Wow.
Now we've got to ask the question: is there another way in that isn't going to be quite as gusty?
Probably not one that we could find. I mean,
So
what if we all, like, if all 4 of us did that, maybe we could sneak Randy in, I guess.
but why Randy? Why did he just
Well, there's something we all have in common.
wait, Andy,
Like-
Randy,
we
wait
know
here. I step forward with my torch, with my torch on, and step towards the cave. What happens?
So as you near the cave mouth, coming like near the actual cave mouth, the wind strikes up again, but it just blows around. You feel no ill effects from it. You don't even feel even this buffeted by it in the slightest. It
Vinny,
just blows
look at
around
that.
you.
I think, like the horse with that horn, you and I are the only ones that are still of pure heart.
Oh,
I just kind of like my chest swells with pride.
Here, look, it only affects Vinny and me. Come. And I'll grab Vinny's hand and I'll walk towards the cave.
It's like how far have they fallen? Why have I got this strange feeling of impending doom?
I mean, I've got my torch out. Can I see anything?
So you can see the cave. There's like a tunnel beyond the cave mouth. Maybe goes back about 10, 20 feet, but you can't see beyond that. I mean, it's not a straight. It's not not like a straight thing, straight passageway. So it kind of goes in so far and then kinks.
Oh, I know. Sorry, so I'm beginning to feel wind as I get towards the.
Yeah. So as you and Vinny get to within like just almost immediately outside the cave mouth, this wind suddenly strikes up, and it instantly begins like just peeling the skin from you.
I'm moving on. I'm moving away. Jamie.
Vinny, of course, it just like parts. It doesn't affect you at all. You can.
But before I notice that it doesn't, I'm going to pull him away.
Okay.
Jamie, I think I may know what's happening here. Do you trust me? Okay, given that you don't trust me, I will tell you what I would like you to do. Your hand that has the scales, if you could, like we were saying, nick a horse, if you could maybe nick the hand and spread some of your blood on me and then some on Vinny on our arms, maybe it'll detect that we are one of them and allow me to pass. And Vinny.
One of them?
In fact, you should try Vinny first. See if it works. If it does, then you'll try it on me.
This can only end well. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, wait a minute. One of them? What are you talking about?
Well, why is it just you then? I mean,
it's not. It's me and Vinny.
Yeah, but why are you just you two? Why is it not affecting? Anyway, I'll do that. I will do it. I'll cut my scaly bit and I'll smear blood all over their faces.
I think it's because Jamie has a magic torch.
Oh.
Yeah. So I smear blood all over their faces.
Okay, fair enough.
Did nothing for me. Okay.
So what are you doing then?
I'm going to approach the cave.
Okay, so again, as soon as you get within, just within, like the vicinity of the cave mouth, this wind strikes up again.
Okay, I have an idea. I think I should stay out here and stand guard to protect the cave entrance while you go in and explore it.
I mean, there's got to be a way that you can.
Funny though that it worked for Vinny and not for me.
Very, very strange.
Let me just go in a little bit. Let me just go in a little and see what. I'm just gonna go.
Not alone, Jamie. Not alone.
It's just a cave.
And I'm gonna wink. Not alone. To Vinny, just in case.
I'll go with her.
Okay.
Just in case.
And what about Alfie and Karina?
I'll
be fine out here. There was nothing around here anyways. My keen hunter eye, I know that there was nothing. I was watching our whole entire path. No prey, no game, no animals, no nothing. You guys can go. It's fine. Besides, I've got old Rusty with me. Rusty is the name of my gun.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe it's just a defense thing, you know? Like I
forgot to put deodorant on today. Yes.
I'm trying to think of something that would have been around then that might make sense, but maybe we can block it. It might have been just a gust from the other side. I'm sure we'll be able to block it.
We've tried that. It does not work, and I don't want to risk imperiling myself again. I mean, any of you again.
Maybe there's a mechanism just inside.
There might be a lever or something we can block.
Yeah. You'll be able to join us. We'll figure it out.
Okay. If you see any of the last of their kind, save them for me. That's all I ask.
We'll point them in your direction.
Oh, smart. I'll watch the cave entrance. If anything comes out running, I will fire wildly at it. The code word is don't shoot Randy. Okay? That will be the code word to know that it's you and not somebody else.
I can see it now. I'm not shouting, don't shoot Randy. And he'll shoot me because he's shooting me. He's not shooting Randy.
Yeah, that's why it's always my password. Don't shoot Randy.
So the rest is that what you're doing? The rest you're heading in?
I think just inside the entrance. Yeah.
It's chilly out here. I wonder if I should build a fire.
You could probably find enough scraps of dead wood to make yourself a fire if you wish.
I'll begin collecting things.
Okay.
But I'm also going to maybe try to dig myself like a hunter's hole that I can keep hidden and then camouflaged on top while I'm busy there. But keeping.
Okay, no problem. That should be a simple task for a skilled hunter such as yourself.
Oh God, don't roll.
Correct, which is why I have to roll.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Dear. Well, we'll maybe come back and give you a survival skill roll or something maybe in a bit. All right. So the rest of you heading in?
Yeah. I think just inside the entrance. Level look.
Oh yeah. So we.
I'll pull my revolver just in case.
Okay.
Likewise.
Okay. And so you're heading. Jamie, perhaps slightly ahead. Like I said, this such a clearly a natural cave. It's passageway. It's only a few feet across, just enough room for you to walk single file. Maybe every so often you're it's narrow. It's so narrow that your shoulders brush against the sides, and it kinks a little bit. But all the time, this wind is blowing. You can't make sense of what the source is. And like I say, although you can't feel it, you get a sense of the strength and the ferocity of it. But you feel no ill effects at all.
Okay. But there's no device or anything that seems to be causing.
You see nothing, and then as you round this like I said, the kink in the tunnel, you can see a cave, a small cave, and as soon as you step into this cave, the wind is gone.
How
But you
far
see
would we
no
have walked to get to that.
maybe 30 feet. But you see you see no apparent source of this at all. It's
I
like
thought
if
it
it
was getting us
springs,
to run through because it actually knocked him over, didn't it?
and you find yourselves stood inside this cave. Like I say, it's quite small, maybe can't be more than 15 feet across, roughly oval shaped. Clearly a natural cave. Cool, dim, apart from the lights from your torches. In the center, or roughly the center of this cave, there is a naturally formed slab, about the size of a large table. And on this table lies Reverend Cornfield, naked.
Another one. Is he covered in that kind of slime?
No, his skin is dry. But it seems He seems other than that, he seems fine. There's no
breathing.
At first, you don't think so, but then you detect a shallow, faint sign of shallow breathing. And you can make. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna follow them in. Do a little to see if there's any flinch, you know.
Okay, yeah. So you can do that. What about Alfie? What's Alfie doing?
I guess it's a case of. Yeah, I want to check whether he was actually breathing. Maybe check pulse.
Okay.
See if he has
Okay. What about Vinny?
I'm walking around the perimeter of the room. I want to see if there's anything on the other side of this table.
Okay. What about Jamie?
I'm checking the actual cave.
Right.
As in, like, on an archaeology kind of stance to see if there's any symbols on the wall. Because remember, we wrote down symbols and everything before. And if there's any symbols or drawings, I'm going to make notes of them because I've done that in my book before, haven't I?
Yeah.
So I'm doing like a sort of checking. It's like historically, you know, like, or any things that I've recognised.
Yeah. Fair enough. You can make a. So you and Vinny can both make a spot hidden roll initially, I guess. I guess Alfie, you can make a first aid roll.
Should I
And and Karina, you walk up to the body and like clicking your fingers down in front of you, just short of just in front of his face. There's no apparent response. So Alfie, you hold, maybe check his neck, check the wrist, and there's no. At first, you don't feel a pulse, but then there's just really, really faintly you can sense something. You sense something. Vincent and Jamie, there's nothing. This is just a plain feature. Aside from this naturally forming slab, which it's naturally forming. There's nothing man-made or special about it. This cave is pretty nondescript, really. But Alfie, as you touch, you like say you check the neck, you hold the wrist, and you can feel this faint sign of a pulse, and then you hear this voice.
Are you the faithful? Do you accept the blessing of Yig?
I step back in surprise, and I look at the others as if, do they?
They appear to be oblivious. And you can give me a power roll.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
So what do you do?
I kind of step back in surprise, and I look frantically at the three who seem oblivious to what just occurred, right?
Yeah. Even though they're they're no more than like 5-10 feet away from you.
I'm going to step forward and put my hand on the Reverend's neck again. Does he feel warm? Actually,
he's not warm. No, he's not cold, but he's very cool to the touch. And his skin feels dry.
Not like a dead guy.
No, it's not. He's At first appearance, it looks like it could be, but yeah, he's not. He's clearly almost like in a comatose state.
Hmm.
And sorry, go on.
So I was just going to ask if I hear a voice again, or
You don't hear a voice again, but you feel like there's a presence, the source of this voice. You feel like almost like the electricity to the air, and this slightly oppressive atmosphere.
okay. I step away from the body again. I draw my gun, I guess. I'm looking around, pointing this gun around the chamber.
Okay, so I guess at this point you all notice that Alf is perhaps acting a little strangely, and he's stepping back from the body of Reverend Cornfield, draws his gun.
Alfie, you okay?
Did you not hear that? Did you not hear that?
Hear what?
That voice.
You're hearing voices?
You're saying some scary things there.
No, I didn't. There's
What voice?
Did he speak? Did the Reverend speak?
He wasn't the Reverend. I don't think he was the Reverend.
Well, he's the only person in here. I didn't hear
Wait, so
anything.
he's alive?
Yeah, I think so. There's a pulse, but you didn't hear the voice.
No.
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 Was it when you when you went close to him? Did you touch him?
I was trying to find a pulse. You
Okay.
seriously didn't hear that?
No. It must have been under his breath or something. And no, I mean you're pretty close.
Okay, I'm gonna go up close and do the same thing. Like, what did you do? Show me what you did.
I'll put the end of my fingertips on the guy's neck, wasn't it? For the
Yeah.
pulse.
I'll do the same.
Okay, so Jamie, can you give me a first aid roll?
Oh no! I'm gonna kill him.
Kill him.
That's it.
Wow,
Okay.
it works for him.
So one
Wow,
time.
she's definitely in league with them. Definitely, I
Right.
agree with you now.
Wow.
Okay, so you're not sure why nobody else has noticed this, but as you approach the body and like rest, you lean, maybe crouch slightly and lean forward to place your fingers at the side of his neck, above the artery. You notice that Reverend Cornfield has no genitalia. There is just
Oh.
Wow.
a flap.
Yeah, none of
There's a
you
flap.
noticed.
Told you, you have to cut off the
He's
snake.
naked on the slab, and I put my pulse down. I'm listening to see if he's breathing. I noticed.
You just see
I'll
no.
go.
Yeah, there's just there's like a flap of skin.
Ew, what?
You can make a natural world roll. In fact,
It's like if you fail it, you work out that that's not natural.
It's natural for a snake.
I'm for an umbilical cord.
We don't know.
I just go, guys, and I just point and go. Has anybody noticed?
okay. So once
Points and
now,
giggles.
so now it's pointed out. You don't know why you've not noticed this before, but yeah, you'll see his abdomen is smooth. There's no genitalia at all, but there's just this kind of flap
So
with like a vertical, like a horizontal gap.
Oh.
And you can all make a natural world roll.
I just did mine. Do you want me to do it again?
No. Apart from
yeah.
Jamie, sorry. Apart from Jamie.
natural world. Okay.
No.
No.
No. Everybody's got. Oh, Vinny's
The
got.
only
best.
person that's gone natural world is
The animal person is not allowed in.
So yeah, there's just this weird. It's this this weird flap.
He'd have failed it anyway.
What the
Ooh,
hell?
that hurts.
Yeah, have scales.
That's really
No, there's no scale, no scales on. But perhaps as you look at this flap, you can see there's some slight seepage from this flap.
Did you have to use the word
this-
seepage?
Of this
Is it
kind of clear.
moist?
You
Yeah.
notice there's a slight discharge. Oh, we can get pills for that.
Moist and discharging.
This clear, viscous, slimy fluid. I guess, Alfie, you can make an idea.
Really grim.
Oh, this is Call of Cthulhu.
I don't know if Alfie wants to make an idea roll.
Okay, so it bears a remarkable resemblance to the substance that you saw covering the naked form of Reverend Cornfield. And I think with that revelation, you can make a sanity roll.
Oh, brilliant.
Could this be the current Reverend Caulfield's mummy?
Are you my mummy?
Oh, made it.
Okay.
Whoa,
Surprise!
that's a first.
So I think you still lose a point of sanity though from that.
Damn.
Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't.
So I'll let you decide what your reaction to that might be.
I guess it would simply be a case of stepping back away from him very, very quickly and just with a kind of
Oh,
little yell, a look of perhaps disgust on my face.
Did you hear another voice?
No.
No.
Randall, give us a survival roll.
I am the night.
suddenly a rock flies out the
No.
sky.
And then it
I
fails,
need-
and you just go, "Oh, you're
I
dead.
am the
You have not survived."
Would this be considered? You want a survival roll, right?
Yeah,
So I only have survival jungle. I don't have.
you do,
survival
don't you?
leaders.
You do, don't you? So that you're.
So it's going to be not
The
have to be
desert,
like.
the desert, if you think about it, is almost like the jungle because they both contain plants.
I believe the base chance is 10%, but since you're such a hunter, experienced hunter, I'll let you have a bonus dice on that.
Okay. So I'm going to find something else that is 10%, and we'll just say that it's survival for simplicity's sake, because
Yeah, all that. Or you can just use the
I'm going
like-
to use the persuade. It's 10%, and
that is a fail.
That-
You
Not
could
10%.
You could, of course, push it or spend. Well, actually, you could push it or spend luck.
yeah. Well, okay. So as I see that I am not, the knight, maybe I have to dig myself a deeper hole
Okay,
to be the knight.
very good, very good. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, push that roll.
It works on so many levels.
Oh, that was so close.
Great! I love failing by one. It puts you in such a hard position.
No.
Right. Okay. So you dig deep. You start digging into the dirt and into rock. Maybe trying to make yourself something of a shelter. You get maybe it's a little bit chilly. Maybe get a little echo out, a little bit of warmth. And as you dig down, you dig like into some rocks and boulders, and straight into the nest of a rattlesnake.
Oh, no.
My prey! I found you.
I think we'll flick briefly back to inside the cave as. So
I was hoping for a dinosaur egg, really.
No, that was a sibilant hiss.
Yeah.
So what are you all doing?
Aside from giving Alfie weird looks because he keeps, hearing voices,
Yeah, because he's the insane one.
I don't hear voices.
He's back to the belfry. Woo, woo, woo.
You can all make a power roll. In fact, apart from including Alfie. In fact,
How?
apart from Randall, of course.
How? Wow.
Nice.
I think I just click on and do that then.
What is power?
Oh my lord!
My spleen! God no! Ah,
Oh no!
I think I popped something.
Oh my goodness me! Oh my god! Wow!
My gun has
That's it.
6 bullets,
No,
right?
no, that's it. That's it. I rolled the highest. I am the winner.
Yeah.
You definitely won Call of Cthulhu like that.
Oh yeah. You can't see it now, but I'm dabbing.
Wow.
Okay.
Tell me, Doctor, how serious is it?
So, Alfie, what are you doing?
That worries me.
I've stepped back away from the body. Maybe even raised my gun towards it
Okay.
as I step back. Kind of wide-eyed, I suppose, at that. I'm trying to ask, is this a case of it looks like this thing gave birth to another Reverend Cornfield?
That is what you're thinking. Yeah, that's your implication. Yeah.
So I'm definitely drawing my gun, pointing it at the head of this body that's laying on the.
Okay. Come on. Sorry. Go on.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that hanging.
Right. So as you draw your gun and raise it, and begin to raise it, your 3 companions step towards
Oh no.
Reverend's body and drop to their knees, raising their hands into the air. They begin to, in an act of devotion and praise, they begin to chant,
Oh.
but not in English, and you don't. It is in Nakal.
Oh. I've got a
Oh.
little bit of a grip on the cal. A very tiny little grip on the cal.
Okay.
Oddly
Okay.
enough, so have I.
It's not much use to you at the
I don't
moment.
think it's good.
No, that don't count.
And the 3 of you lose 1d4 points of sanity.
Wibble.
No.
It's all right. You won't have a bout of madness because you are not in control of yourself.
Okay.
No, but she's only got like 2 sanity.
She has only got, yeah. So.
Ooh,
Wow.
1d4.
One.
Here we go.
I lose 3.
That's it.
Okay.
So do you want to give us that check then, Alfie?
Well, I'm wondering if it's worth using my insane talent.
Ooh, it could be. It could be
Always.
indeed.
Um,
Insane stuff's always worth using.
isn't it? My insane talent is insane language,
It is.
which means that I gain a temporary grasp of all modern languages or one archaic or mythos language for a short time.
I use that skill all the time.
It says this effect lasts long enough to conduct an initial reading of a tome, conduct a conversation, or listen to a speech. The effective skill is 75%. Should a skill roll be required of the language, a failed roll means that I forget my native tongue for 1d6 days.
Wow.
That is, I like that. That is a good penalty.
Language.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Oh my lord.
I think IMT players love these things, love these stakes.
Yeah, because now we're wondering which one do we actually
Wow.
want, you know?
So that
Yeah.
is
So
Fail. Sorry.
delicious.
I know. Imagine just walking out to Randy. Alfie's talking some other language. We're just like devoting to something nobody even knows what's going on.
It's like, what happened in there? Phenagana.
I'm going to use
Who are you and what did you do with Viddy?
We
gonna
boys
use-
his buzz but gubbly.
going to use the talent.
No.
Go for it. Good luck. I'd say good luck, but it'll go horribly wrong if I do.
It will.
God.
But if I just go like fail, it sounds even worse.
Did you actually? Oh my god.
I needed 75, and it was.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, so in unison, they so you miss the beginning of it,
Yeah.
but in unison they say, "Wondrous yield the ungodly under Yig, bestowing blessings to lie and strike. The blessings yield waiting heart. He under who curious lies, and him waiting of the serpent's curious mind glittering."
Okay.
Wow.
You know what? It probably made more sense without the roll.
It's like, wouldn't that be a good time to run?
No, we're devoted. We're on our hands and knees, and
And I'm shouting to them. I'm shouting to the three of them, probably in Nakal, without thinking it about it. Get out of here! Get away!
Okay, so no matter how loud you shout, even leaning in and shouting directly into the face on them, they don't even flinch.
wow.
They continue their devotions, constantly repeating this chant.
And no matter what you do, whether you try to grab them or move them, they just
They pull away from you, and
it's the reverend they're all kind of bowing to.
yeah. They raise their hands up, and then they like put this and then place their hands on the reverend's body, and then up again, and like I said, they're looking up at the ceiling. And just continue this chant.
Do you know, on consideration, coming here may not have been the best idea.
We got confirmation it's Yig, so that's something.
Yeah, and I'm just shouting again.
Quick, make notes. It's Yig. That's the evidence. We've got evidence.
What are you doing?
Nothing. No response. They continue their devotions. Randall.
I'm kind of imagining that as this rattlesnake comes out, and you could do this at the dramatically appropriate time, I will probably fire at it at the same time as perhaps Mark is firing his gun, and so we won't hear each other or even know.
Nice.
Okie dokie. Right. So like I say, you kind of digging down, and you unearth this nest, this rattlesnake nest.
Yeah. Okay. Now
And
when you say
it's-
nest, mommy, daddy, and children?
No, well, you can only see one. It's quite a big one, quite a big rattlesnake. And as you unearth it, its head sort of swings round towards you, and its tail starts that signature rattle.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And even though you're not familiar with the desert environment, you've seen plenty of venomous snakes, and this snake is getting ready to strike.
Right. I'm using BDI because it is smaller than me, probably.
It is.
-2, and so will be firing at it without the normal penalty if possible.
Okay, yes, that would work. Yeah.
And we mentioned that it's only handguns, so I will fire my 45 at it.
And what
Oh, I have not
is
selected, so proceed. Sorry, go ahead.
your dexterity?
My dexterity is 70. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got to do it that way.
And
Correct.
would you say that you had your handgun out or not?
That's a very good question. It depends on, as I'm digging, if I would have had time to notice that this, like, hear hissing, or if I just dug and surprised it and it surprised me, that's one thing. But if I kind of like, and I see the churning of the ground and something is kind of emerging, then I would have dropped the shovel and taken out the gun.
I think from that you're talking yourself into a spot hidden roll then.
All right.
Oh, very good. So yes.
Very nice, very nice.
So if you wish, you may quit. You're quick off the mark, and you can pull your gun out if you wish.
I do wish.
Okay, so that is a good job because the rattlesnake has a dexterity of 90 otherwise.
Yeah.
Having the gun drawn gives you the edge, so you can shoot first. You are at point blank as well, so you can have a bonus dice as well as using your talent.
Okay. Now, and you could just read Shadow and see if that would
Reduces difficulty of one level. Reduce and if currently unseen, is able to make 2 surprise attacks before their location. So yeah, I wouldn't say that you're unseen. No, this thing is clear. The rattlesnake clearly knows you're there.
Very good. So
Because you've just invaded its home.
So I think you
Home
need
invasion.
to enable the advantage on the roll that I prepped.
I see it. Let me just. There we go. Just click on the roll firearms button that's on the chat. There we go. Oh, that is right. So click on the roll damage and extreme success.
Very nice.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm not sure why it rolled an inflict. Well, yeah. So, yeah, you just blow the head clean off the
Because
snake.
nobody was there to see me do that, of course. That's the only...
Hunter.
Oh boy, I can't wait to tell everybody. They're really going to believe me.
Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing. So yeah, the snake just. This
Maybe
headless
if I
thing just
smear
like
the
flops to the
snake's
ground.
blood, and then on me and hold its carcass, I could then approach and come into the cave.
That sounds perfectly logical. So, back in the cave, what's Alfie doing?
I'm wondering if they hear a shot, or if sound does not travel.
I would imagine that Alfie would probably hear that shot, yes. Clearly from outside. It's a little muffled, a bit muted, but yeah, you hear a shot. Just a single shot rings out.
And maybe even a little yes.
I mean, it's been a night of bad decisions, hasn't it? So why not just make another one? I think by the time that Randall is pointing his gun at a snake and blowing its head off, Alfie's probably got his gun and is putting it right up to the Reverend's head, to his temple.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much been a night of bad decisions, it's been a night of good decisions, but in
They've
the
gone
wrong
wrong.
Yeah.
places.
So it's been a night of good decisions made by other people.
Yeah.
End of the game.
I mean, these are my friends. They're... Or are they?
I don't like how they said, these are my friends, and then he paused.
Okay. Can
These are
you
mine.
give me... So as you carefully line the pistol, the end of the barrel, right up to Cornfield's temple, and it's almost suddenly like time starts to slow down. And suddenly it becomes the effort to pull the trigger just becomes almost impossible, and you feel this intense pressure inside your head, and you can give me a power roll.
Uh-oh.
Go on.
You will need, that is a success, but I require from you an extreme success.
Well, you're not going to get it.
You've told him that now he's already rolled.
So you can either spend the luck or you can push it.
Oh.
I
Because
can't
pushing
really-
it never
use-
goes wrong.
Can't afford the look.
How many look you got?
39.
Oh, how many are we supposed to keep in reserve?
Oh,
What do I need then to
Oh.
make an extreme success? What's the...
You need 22 points of luck
Oh, yes.
to make it an extreme success.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, that puts me below 30, so...
What's nothing could go wrong with that?
Well, it's not that it could go wrong here. It's just if you make a look roll later, or if I die. Oh my god, that's a tough decision.
Flip a coin.
Fail,
Ask Angie-
push,
ask
or
Angie's
luck.
decision. Angie, what would you do?
I'm gonna.
Don't ask me. I'm not the best person to ask.
I'm gonna have. Oh
Go
my
on, do
shit.
it. I'm not saying what I want him to do. I'm just saying do it. Because that way, if it goes wrong, not my fault.
I'll spend the luck.
Oh.
I admire your bravery. It was nice knowing you.
Can you get a look back?
You can,
Can
but
go.
not yet.
So yeah, you straight there. You feel it's like intense pressure in your head. You feel the like veins bulging from your forehead. You feel like you're gonna. Your vision starts to like narrow down, like tunnel vision. You feel like sick. You feel like you just either your head's gonna explode or you're gonna just like pass out or be sick.
Ah,
And then-
Monday.
And then you hear the click of the hammer. And then this deafening explosion of the gun going off, and you see Cornfield's head explode, or rather, the bullet enter his temple, and the other and then explode out of the other side, splattering. Let's see,
God, I do hope my mouth's not open.
spattering Jamie in like
no.
blood and brain matter, just all over it, just all over front of the face.
It's all right. It'll wipe off. It's not permanent.
Probably chanting, so probably gets them in now. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's worse things that could have happened.
And as
anything.
this happens, suddenly like then time suddenly seems to speed up again, and it's just splat. And for a moment, you sense this presence in your head. You don't hear a voice, but you sense it. This presence and this anger, focused. This intense anger and power, focused entirely on you, and you feel something has changed. And then this sense of serenity just fills the cave, and Karina, Jamie, and Vinny just like blink their eyes and come to your senses. You have no recollection of this. You find yourselves kneeling at the side of Reverend Cornfield, of this body of Reverend Cornfield. Jamie, your face and chest is slick with blood and brain matter.
You know it's brain matter by the taste, by the way.
Oh.
Which I think you requires a sanity roll from you for that. It's just be it'll be either one if you fail, just one if you fail, 0 if you pass. But
No, she's fine with it.
No, fine. Yum, 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 yum.
Is that-
Chew a bit.
This is worse.
Chew a bit.
Yummy.
Like truffles.
Like butter. Don't ask how I know that.
But something's changed. You all sense that something has changed. Something for you can't tell whether good or for better, or good or for ill rather. But
I think we know.
something has changed. There's this cave feels empty.
Ooh.
What's going on? What happened? Alfie.
Randall. So you smear rattlesnake blood and guts over your face and approach the cave, and you were correct. You're correct in your assumption. As you approach the cave,
I'm holding it in my hand.
holding the headless corpse of the rattlesnake, you stride triumphantly into the cave, unaffected by, there's no, you've conquered it completely. There's no wind. And you stride in to the cave and see this scene before you.
This is wonderful news. It means Jamie is not one of them, because her blood did not have the same effect on me as it did of a true rattlesnake. She is redeemed. She's not one of them. She cannot be.
So you're saying this, and you can see them. You see Jamie and Karina and Vinny kneeling in like prostrate, like almost in a position like it looked like they're praising this, kneeling in supplication before this body of Reverend Cornfield with his head blown out.
I have never been so touched that you guys are kneeling in thanks that I am okay and have been able to join you, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary. I know you missed me a lot. Please come up. Arise, my children.
Why are you holding space?
I am here. Look, I was able to come in by tricking the wind into thinking I am one of them, by holding this carcass of the snake, which I killed single-handedly. You see, I dug in the earth knowing that is where these creatures lie, and I killed it skillfully in its own home. That is the renown of the hunter that I am. Hello? Is anybody watching? Look at... hello?
Congrats, Randy.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, you guys are there? Okay. I don't know if you're still prostrating or if you could talk and stuff.
Yeah, they're all okay now, aren't they?
Yeah, they just get you have no memory of doing this. You like I say, you have no memory of like kneeling down inside the body. The last thing you remember is coming into the cave. That's it.
And I see that there's a dead body of a person on this thing.
So yeah, they recognize us. Maybe at first you're not sure, but yeah, you quickly realize it's Reverend. It appears to be Reverend Cornfield, although one side of his head has been blown clean out.
And who is holding the gun?
Alfie.
And Alfie's gun is smoking.
Yes.
Alfie, that is not an honorable kill. That is not how you hunt. You have to give them the chance to try to hide and get away. You have a lot to learn, my friend.
I kind of look at Jake. A little bit like I don't quite understand what he's saying.
What happened to that guy's penis?
And I...
That's all you notice?
and I walk past him out of the cave, out into the desert.
Okay.
Careful, there are rattlesnakes out there.
So as you walk outside, you can see the horizon just tinged by the hint of the rising of the new sun rising, start of a new day.
Yeah, a new age.
Do you think there are 6 more that we have to kill like this? There are 6 more spots. Is there anything else in this cave, by the way?
Nothing. It's completely, apart from the body of Reverend Cornfield, this cave is completely featureless and extraordinary.
Do you think we should hide the body?
Didn't somebody bring some dynamite?
Yes, I have some dynamite.
Vinny has dynamite.
I don't think I've got anything to set it off with.
I believe somebody smokes.
Because it's
How
like
many
dynamite.
did you bring? How many have you got?
As much as you need.
I like that answer.
Right.
Are we going to go?
I wouldn't be so cruel as to say that you couldn't set up some dynamite if you wanted.
I'm going to say that scattered in various pockets. I have 4 sticks.
Okay.
Maybe we should blow in the cave entrance.
And a bit of fuse wire that I can wrap them together into a nice jar.
Yeah. You're pretty sure that like 4 sticks of dynamite would bring this cave down.
Not 1 then. So we can't like save 1 for each cave entrance. Because I'm assuming if we go to the other spots and there's more caves, I'm thinking of taking as many down, going in, killing what's ever inside, taking down each cave. So 1 stick of dynamite wouldn't take down a cave entrance.
No.
Shit,
Probably
man.
not.
If we could drill it in, maybe.
I haven't got time for that. Well, 1's better than nothing. Blow the cave, and then we'll head to the next one.
There's 6 of these things. Get the dynamite, bundle it together.
I don't know. We traveled all night. Nobody wants to have a rest here? Sleep, maybe? A long rest or something?
Not here, no. Not after what. I need to get. There's
I'm
no
gonna-
water around, is there? For me to
No,
put
God,
in?
no.
So
Well, you brought water with you. You brought water
Yes.
with you, didn't you?
Here, Jamie, you could take from my canteen.
I'll just splash a bit on my face, that's all. It's not a biggie.
Okay.
Do you?
Well, I
Not
think
what
we
you
should
do
throw-
with
I think-
water in the desert. Sorry?
I was just gonna say, do you think we need to destroy them all, or maybe get producers out here to do it?
Like, yeah, but in the time, right? If we blow it, it's going to like put a bit of a dent in their proceedings anyway. So another one can't get in or out, and then it's just a stopgap. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so you're blowing this cave?
Yep, I'm going to put.
Yeah,
that your intention?
I'm keeping the carcass of the snake.
They make a nice belt.
Or shoes.
I think it'd be a good idea to put the dynamite in the room with the stone table to destroy.
Yeah, you think that would be necessary to like ensure the cave, collapse the cave, yeah. So you can do that. Is anybody wanting to do anything before you do that?
No. I'm just getting out of it. Blow it and get out of it. Let's go and check the next ones. Maybe it'd be more the Reverend in the other locations or different people. Oh shit, what if it's one of us each?
Because something has changed.
Shit.
Hang on. While nobody's looking, I'm just going to pull my trousers out a little bit and glance down.
Yeah, everything's as it should be. Yeah, everything's as it should be.
We all be doing that.
Phew.
So, with that silence, am I to take it that you were just blowing the cave and nobody's doing anything else?
Yeah.
Is there something we've missed? Oh God.
I asked if
Says that because you know you've missed something, don't you?
It's like what went on in there? I just remember looking at the corpse, and the next thing I know, I'm on my knees, and the Reverend's missing half a head, and something else.
So you all like Alfie. Once you come to your senses, even Randall stood out from when you before you even went into the cave. You all get a sense that something is different.
Well, what's changed?
Just as like an underlining feeling, or that something's changed.
Yeah.
In us.
Yeah. No, not yourselves. There's just this conviction, this kind of conviction that you don't know the source of it as such, but yeah, there's something has changed. For the better or worse, you're not sure, but something has changed. And like I say, Alfie, more than anybody else, whatever presence was in that cave is gone.
Yeah. Was it a good thing? It wasn't a good thing, was it? Didn't man.
Whatever it was, you still have this sense of dread about it. It was
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just stood out the entrance cave, kind of staring at the sunrise. Gun in my hand, just kind of hanging limply at my side. I just have this feeling that I've made a terrible mistake.
I sense something changed, but not for the worst.
Yeah, something
I had to do it.
I mean, what that thing was doing?
It red with the fires of burning civilization.
No, it needed to be done. I think. I'm sure. Yeah. Look, we
I
can't-
did.
We can't dwell on that. Like, I think we've just gotta get back to town, get some rest, and then head out to the other locations.
No, I think we should just keep going.
So it's quite some distance to anyone. The next nearest location is probably going to be on the opposite side of town.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go back through town to get to it.
Oh, right,
I think-
okay.
I think each of them are probably going to be the same amount of distance out away from town, aren't they?
Okay. Yeah, roughly. They're kind of scattered around. But yeah, I mean, you could circumnavigate the town, but it would take you a good part of a day, and the sun's going to be coming up in the next few hours, and you're going to be out in the desert, the heat.
We gotta head back to town. We'll go see whether something has changed with the Reverend, maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if this had an impact, but I'm also curious to see what's in the rest of the caves. So
For good or bad.
but we're still wanted, and it's daytime, so we'll have to be careful.
Yeah.
From where we are, do we still see? Well, no. 'Cause, yeah.
You still see what? Sorry.
I was going to say any fire from the town or anything.
No, you're too far away from town. No, you can't see town at all.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start heading back to town before the heat picks up. We do not have.
Yeah. So
To get through.
heading back now, you should get back into town by 8-9 o'clock.
Okay. So we can get in and avoid attention.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rightio. So
Is that a good place to leave it?
well, I've got a better place to leave it.
Oh, okay.
If you'll bear with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, upon returning to town, there has indeed been a change. The townsfolk the faithful wander around Bingham in a kind of as if woken from a dream.
Oh.
A little confused, a little dazed.
Oh.
There is shame amongst some of them, or perceived wrongs that they think they may have done. The Reverend Cornfield is found sat with a solemn look upon his face on the steps where his church once stood. if you decide to take the time, you find out that the other locations on these maps are either nothing or just nondescript caves. You find no signs of any more of these bodies. Reverend Cornfield himself seems a different man. He seems confused but repentant. No longer spouting any allusions to that might be perceived as being referring to Yig. When he speaks of scripture, he speaks of the same scripture you would hear in any church.
Ooh. None of this serpent malarkey then.
No. The state police eventually arrive in Bingham, alerted by the arrival of Peggy Shaw at Oklahoma General Hospital. Peggy Shaw disappears without a trace from the hospital shortly afterwards. Baxter Van Dyke, presumably if he keeps his word with the help of Alfie Monroe, breaks the story on corruption in Bingham. Is that what you wish to do?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it?
The fame, the notoriety.
The infamy.
It's just a local paper.
That was big news back then.
Yeah, I guess.
But is it
I
big
guess-
right now? That's the thing, isn't it?
Oh.
As a journalist, you would.
Yeah, I
You
think you're
would.
probably right. Yeah.
Okay.
And after what you've seen, I think, yeah, he probably, yeah, I'll go along with that.
Okay, so Baxter Van Dyke, he breaks the story on the corruption in Bingham, helping to bring down Sheriff Cliff Benson.
Yeah.
But he does downplay the involvement of others in the town. And he does give passing credit to Alfie Monroe
Oh.
as being influential in proceedings, although he paints Deputy Paul Suffolk as the main hero of this story, who staged
Yeah.
a coup against Sheriff Benson, daring to go against him, releasing the Schaumbaums and other people who've been held prisoner.
Yeah,
Nice.
unjustly.
And you feel some, like you can take some credit for that. You feel like you've made some impact on
Yeah.
swaying the deputy. Do you attempt to write a piece for the for your paper, the Washington Post?
Ooh. Yes.
Okay, so you
I'm wondering if it's one like that. There's like the same situation that he had before, where he writes the story, rereads it, and realizes I sound like a madman.
I was just thinking that, 'cause, like, you might write it and then
Or do I go along with Baxter Van Dyke's story and
corruption.
go for the corruption angle? That's probably what he ends up writing. He writes out his little bit first and realizes, no, I sound like a maniac.
okay?
And then I'll
The
tell
editors probably wouldn't.
the truth.
They wouldn't.
Okay,
Would they?
so you write a piece for the Washington Post. And it's run. The story is run. Although when it goes to press, there are some elements that are cut.
Oh,
Do you question this?
yeah. Well, wait. It depends on the element.
So elements that lean towards the less credulous, more unusual elements.
You mean like how it's good to burn down churches and kill preachers?
And how the preacher had no wee-wee.
Perhaps anything that might intimate that the Reverend was preaching a different kind of religion.
Oh, okay.
But we still have the Bible. It doesn't disintegrate or anything.
No, you still have the Bible. But yeah, if you want to question that, you can.
I think he would question anything related to, editorials on his writings.
I mean, it seems kind of easy to kind of go, no, I'll let it play. But no, I think as a journalist, he's written the story, he's had it published. He wants to know why it's been changed.
So I think you're standing with the editors pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, he's Edward McLean. He's an ass, but easily manipulated. I've written here.
Right. In which case, particularly with that description, you can give us a charm roll, but you can have a bonus dice.
I mean, charm's my thing.
It is.
Because I also have my talent.
You can use your talent as well if you wish.
Okay. Gives me a bonus dice. So I get 2 bonus dice.
Two bonus dice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Caduceus.
I expected that was what was coming.
Caduceus intervenes and has certain elements from the story removed, putting pressure on the paper to do so.
Yeah.
So, in the days following, the people of Bingham, including Deputy Paul Suffolk, give evidence against the sheriff and others, perhaps even yourselves, were involved. No one receives a prison sentence.
You'd be
But
glad to hear that, Jamie and Karina.
Perhaps on the part of yourselves, with the intervention of Caduceus, that removes any chance of you receiving a conviction. But as is already said, Cliff Benson is removed as sheriff and leaves Bingham for good. Deputy Paul Suffolk takes over the office of sheriff. His term as sheriff, though, gets off to a rocky start with the mysterious disappearance of a number of people from the town. In the course of one evening, during a particularly brutal dust storm, 6 people, George Henson, Harry Matthewson, Ralph Kunkel and Edna Kunkel, Pearl Schaumbaum and Bill Schaumbaum, vanish without a trace. There's no sign of any kind of disturbance, and each appears to have taken a suitcase of clothes. The story is reported in the Bingham Journal and is briefly picked up by the Daily Record and the Oklahoma City Times, but with no leads. All attempts to find the missing people hit a dead end, and the cases are eventually dropped. Meanwhile, the residents of Bingham slowly return to life as it was before. Their memories of recent events clouded and fading over time as they return to how they once were. Mortimer and Lloyd Allen, they remain in Bingham, having sold up everything when they answered the call of Reverend Cornfield's broadcast. Mortimer takes to drinking. Yeah. The bodies are eventually found in the desert several weeks later, having died from dehydration and heat exhaustion in the vicinity of one of the locations on the map.
Oh.
The first church of Christ the Redeemer is rebuilt. Reverend Cornfield returns to the pulpit, overseeing a dwindling flock with lackluster sermons, a grey shadow of his former charismatic self. One Sunday morning, on the anniversary of his rebirth, the church bell rings only once. As usual, Reverend Cornfield is there to greet the faithful. Eyes bloodshot and bulging, swollen tongue almost severed by clenched teeth, the toes of his shoes tracing lines on the dusty floor as his body gently sways back and forth, suspended from the bell rope that cuts into his broken neck. The fortunes of Bingham continue to decline. Within a decade, it is a ghost town, its bleached bones swallowed by the Dust Bowl. And that is where we will leave our chapter in Oklahoma.